This is Larry King welcoming you to the Opie and Anthony Show right here on Sirius XM Satellite Radio. What the hell am I doing here?
Isn't it brilliant? Forget it. The thing's out of control. Out of control.
Great guests, interesting interviews, and of course, your phone calls as well.
Gets my nipples hard, you know what I mean, son?
Are you out of your mind?
It's not the most talked about, not the most written about, and certainly not the most listened to show in the history of radio, but I'm still proud to intro it.
Oh, you're going to have a ball.
Yeah, good, lads.
America's most trusted name in news, the Opie and Anthony Radio Show.
Let's welcome our hosts, Opie and Anthony. By the way, who's Jim Norton?
Yeah. All right, there it is.
Morning.
Hi.
Why the fuck are we here?
Yeah, right? We should have just taken the whole week.
You know why? I'll tell you why we're
Fishing
here.
already.
And our mics sound different.
Oh, do they?
Oh, absolutely. I don't know what they did. I think they tinker with stuff when we're not here.
Is there tinkering going on?
Because they're bored or something?
It does have a bassier tone
Mars,
to it.
it sounds like shit.
It's got a bassier tone to it.
Whatever the settings were 5 days ago, let's just do that.
Oh, that's impossible to get back to.
I think they have to tinker and fiddle when we're not here.
Fiddling, tinkering.
They fiddle about. A lot of people are like, why are you guys doing 2 days of radio? I'll tell you why. Because they pay way too close attention down the hall.
Yeah.
They got a vacation list, and they just have check marks.
Yeah, little circles and X's and check marks.
Because at the end of last year's contract year, they actually told me I wasn't allowed to take a day off.
Isn't that great?
Pieces of shit. So that's why we're here. The old days, we took our days and we never even counted them.
Yeah.
But these bean counters, they're counting our vacation days. So
every day.
So we figure we could take a couple days here and then use these 2 days later in the summer.
We try to throw them.
Huh?
We try to throw them off.
Oh, I know. But they're keeping track.
Of course they are.
They know to the minute how much time we got left.
Yeah.
As far as vacation days. So
thanks.
What the hell, we're here and we'll have a good time for the next 2 days.
Yes.
How's everybody doing?
Goody good. It was nice having a little bit of time off.
Yes.
That was nice.
Did you almost kill yourself?
Oh, God. I'm a
You look
mess.
pretty fucked up.
I pulled a Danny Ross there on
You blew someone and almost drank yourself to death?
a record time. That's great.
Drinking and a gay joke in the same one.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's the pool, obviously. I took a dive into the pool, and I didn't hit on the bottom of the pool.
Yeah.
But I was coming back up, and I think I went a little too far. Not I think. I did go a little too far.
Just scraped on the side of the
and
pool?
Scraped up the side of the pool on my forehead, right up there.
Oh, yeah.
And then my schnezola, and god damn, fucking looks like I was beat up.
You were very, I went over that night, and Ant was very, very tipsy.
Oh, yeah.
Was that fun?
Oh, was I?
Was that fun to check out?
I got there late, but it was, one point we were in the pool, and I was getting out, and he was asleep in the pool with his head on a step and his feet on like one of those floaty mattresses.
Yeah.
I'm like, how is he asleep like that? And you kept turning to the left, and your mouth and nose would brush the water, and then you'd come back up.
Oh, my God.
But I was like, I was getting out of the pool.
You do have a will, right? For your family.
I was watching him like he was a child.
I hate to see the state get everything.
That was good. Yeah, I think if my head would have been underwater, I might have woken up. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, but people think they'd wake up when they're puking and choking on it, too, and they don't.
And then
so
they don't.
I wasn't. Me and the mortgage weren't willing to take that chance.
It was a tipsy night.
Oh, that was a tipsy night.
I was like, bro, you gotta get out of the pool because I was getting out. I was like, I can't leave him in there by himself.
Yeah, that's
You're like,
a good
I'm all
idea.
right. I'm like, you're not. And you're like, yeah, maybe I'm not.
Maybe I should go to bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went, but oh man, I really skinned the shit out of
Yeah, it looks pretty bad.
my face there.
Looks pretty bad.
That nose can't take a good beating.
He was bleeding. And I wanted to rush you to Parkland Memorial. Holy shit.
Had a nice head wound.
Oh, my God. What a shot to the face.
I grabbed a picture of it. I should pop it up there somewhere. It took quite the, there it is. That's,
No, I saw it on Twitter. I follow you on Twitter.
Yeah.
With the
paper towel full of blood.
Yeah, very bloody. I thought it was a towel, but paper towels.
Yeah.
To clean up the blood.
Yeah, that's right when it happened.
Damn.
Whew. Yeah.
That was part of the Daniel Craig day.
Oh, that was the end of it. Yeah. That was.
You had a pretty good tease on Twitter because you said you were bringing a friend to the range. I was thinking it was Jimmy Norton all the way because you haven't shot yet, right?
Never.
No.
So I thought it was going to be Jimmy, and next thing you know, it's Daniel Craig.
It was James Bond there. Daniel
How the fuck
Craig.
did that come about?
I don't know. You find friends.
I know you. I know we have the same friends.
Yeah, of course.
I know the deal, but how did it actually go down?
Well, he's wanted to shoot for a while. And
Mikey,
I'm pretty much the go-to guy when it comes to, hey, we need a shitload of weapons,
right?
And we all
someone put the word out to him saying, "Look, I know a guy."
Yeah, we all
that
had
you
it
can
out.
pretty much shoot whatever you want.
Yeah,
and so then Daniel Craig said, "Well, that sounds like a good time."
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, and he was definitely a fun guy, man. What a pisser.
Yeah,
just loves the shit out of shooting and drinking some Guinness.
Did he meet you at the range or the compound?
We started out at my house and then grabbed up all the weaponry, which weighed the back of Mike's car down.
Wow.
It's just hysterical. We're just driving and he has an SUV, big one, and the thing was loaded out with weaponry and ammunition.
Were you like, holy shit, this is Daniel Craig?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to meet celebrities like that. He's a good guy. Seems he's James Bond for the love of God,
Yes, Jimmy, go ahead.
No.
I see Jimmy's face.
I didn't see Anthony before, but I did see him after the Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
And when Opie said it, were you like, oh my God, it's Daniel Craig? If you don't go, yes, I was, every 2 seconds to myself saying that. I came in that night and he goes, fucking Daniel Craig, James Bond was shooting my fucking gun.
You gotta say it. That's fucking tastic. Yes, I'm trying false modesty right now.
Hilarious.
But it was
you're trying to be cool.
It was yeah. No, it was pretty goddamn cool. To tell you the truth.
Were you having one of my Obama dreams? Like, don't blow this, don't blow this, don't blow this.
No, I don't think at that point I could have.
Where you're sitting there going, "Oh, please don't say anything stupid. This is way too cool, and I don't want to blow this."
Well, I didn't want to come off like fanboy, Right. You don't want to do that.
Right. Well,
it's really bad.
But then you're focused on that, and that's where you could fuck it up.
But there were a couple of instances where questions came up, like I would ask, I guess if anybody was around about certain movies, things like that.
Right.
But
I'm sure he wanted to talk about movies.
That's what he does. So
when you hang backstage with the band, you don't talk about their music.
Occasionally,
I learned that a long time ago.
Something just comes up.
What was your movie questions?
God damn.
Did you talk about James Bond?
Well, I talked about if you worried about destroying the franchise.
Oh yeah,
because it was a reboot. It's a Bond reboot. It wasn't, like they just brought in another guy to take up where the other guy left off.
Sure.
So I was like, you must have gotten the script and been like, am I going to be the guy that destroys the James Bond franchise?
Right.
And yeah, he did have some concerns about that shit, But that's I didn't really get into the whole thing.
But walk us through it. So you guys go to the compound to load up and then go to the range.
We load up. We go out to the range and
how was the conversation in the car to the range?
Very, very just casual, relaxed about all kinds of just like small talk kind of shit. But
did you keep turning your head going, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit?
No.
Come on, man.
No, I was sitting in the back seat on the way there.
Oh, really?
And I was on the front seat on the way back.
Right.
because
were you just looking at the
some phone calls
back of his head, going, "Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit"?
Yes, I was looking at the back of his head, and he was going, "Yeah, he's got a great head of hair on him. What am I?"
It's James Bond. Holy shit, I'm going to shoot with James Bond. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit.
Well, yeah, that was kind of cool. Getting to the range and firing off some weapons.
What about the boys at the range? Were they holy shit, holy shit, holy shit? That's James Bond.
Well, it was a very very private range that day.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
it was all set up nice.
There was a guy there taking care of business, and we pretty much had the whole range to ourselves. So went out there and shot off. I brought everything. I brought like every weapon that I own for the most part.
How much did it cost you?
It didn't cost me really anything.
The ammunition?
Leaving with ammo.
The ammo, though?
Work. Yeah, they tossed me some ammo.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, it was nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's always nice when that happens.
Good for you.
But the 50 cal, yeah. You can't shoot it enough to go through a lot of rounds. I think I brought a case, which is probably 100 rounds of ammo, and I don't even think we went through maybe 25 rounds because it's too much. It beats your body to shit shooting that thing.
How many times did you shoot that?
But I took probably four or five shots off of it.
That's all it takes.
That's what everybody. And then you're just like, I can't. My head is going to fucking explode. I don't know how these guys that's their weapon, like in the Middle East and Afghanistan. I don't know how they shoot this fucking thing all day, because it's just boom. And then
do they have special equipment?
You know what? You could throw on all your shit, but I'm thinking when things go down and you just got to pull your weapon out and start shooting.
Yep. Gotcha.
You're not ready to, put earplugs in and shit like that. It's just the concussion. It doesn't matter what you put on your ears or your eye protection. It's the sheer concussion that is going through your sinuses and everything else in your upper body. The shockwave that hits your chest and stuff. It fucks you up.
Now, I want to go back to Jimmy. Is he downplaying the James Bond story?
Well, I didn't see him while it happened.
It seems like he might be.
When I saw him, he'd tipped a few back, and it was just funny to hear him describing fucking James Bond was shooting my fucking gun.
Shooting my gun. It's great. It's fucking great.
And then a minute later, I'd get a cookie, and I'd come back and I'd go, man, fucking James, I'm fucking James Bond.
Jimmy's making fun of me.
And he was very happy.
How was the chit chat on the range?
Good. A lot of gun talk, A lot of that. Got to.
He's like a man's man, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's one of those man's. Men.
Yeah.
He's well built. I'm looking at the picture. I didn't realize how fucking muscular.
Yeah. I think he's in training for the next one.
Fuck.
The next Bond movie.
And then you were able to get him back to the compound?
Hold on, excuse me. You didn't fucking steal my idea and give it to him, I hope.
Oh, what?
Where there's a bomb in the president's office? I hope that's not the next James Bond movie.
No, I didn't give him that.
Okay. I'll save you, Mr. President. Making sure
no.
That's mine.
No, that's best saved for a Harrison Ford vehicle, I think.
Much better.
Something like that. The good shit was shooting, of course, the Walther PPKs. Shooting a Walther with, that's the James Bond gun, for the love of God. And then some of the other weaponry around the range was a lot of fun to shoot. But and then we were going back and dropping me off, and Mike was like, let's grab a Guinness. So we went into the house downstairs. And I had the party the night before, or 2 nights before. God only knows.
Didn't you just have one long party?
It just kept going. So
how long was the party?
The place is a wreck. Friday after work.
Till yesterday?
Till like yesterday. Although yesterday I would really I sat around doing nothing.
You finally crashed?
Yeah, I had it. I had totally had it. So we came back, ordered up some pizzas and grabbed some Guinness, hung out outside. And
were your neighbors like, holy shit, that's
no, they
James
couldn't
Bond?
see. They couldn't see.
Where's the holy shit, that's James Bond?
There were those, but I wasn't going to say them out loud.
Yeah.
It's very, very cool,
Yeah.
See the guy there, and he's very attentive to the range master.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing they did pretty well with the shooting. We were doing drills, like walking drills and other things, hitting certain parts of the target, not just hitting the target. And it was
he a good shot?
Fun. Yeah, not bad, definitely. And that's about.
How long did he stay at the compound after the shooting?
I don't know, about an hour or so.
Nice.
Fucking.
Did you guys exchange
emails? Let me see the Shelby. It's like, oh, okay. So he gets in. People, boom, starts it up. It's like, hey, yeah, there it is. Danny Craig's starting up my car.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, boom, boom.
Did you say, holy shit, holy shit?
Holy shit, holy shit. Holy shit.
He's revving my Shelby. Look, we've been at this a long time, and every once in a while you get one of these holy shit moments.
Holy shit, holy shit.
And you were in the middle of one of these holy shit moments, so I want to know when you said holy shit, holy shit.
Yeah, but I tried to control myself.
I understand. You have to.
I was trying to control myself and being just a regular guy.
How did it end?
You don't want to come up.
Did you exchange phone numbers or anything?
Done with the pizza, done with the beers, and him and Mike were taking off. Mm-hmm. And that was it. It was like, take it easy. I had a great time. Gave the old handshake, and then the old man handshake, hug, back pat thing, and then off they go.
And that was it.
And that was pretty much it. Nice visit with Daniel Craig.
As soon as the front door closed, did you go, holy shit,
holy shit, holy shit?
I can't believe that just happened.
You're a pisser.
Jimmy, you think he did holy shit, holy shit?
I know he did.
What do you think happened as soon as that door closed after his day with Daniel Craig?
As soon as the door closed, he probably just went, fuck, James fucking Bond, and went and looked at him on YouTube as James Bond and went that was the guy. That's really him. And he probably went over the whole conversation, and there was one thing he said. He was like, I wish I didn't say that. I introduced him as Daniel Bond.
You think I critiqued my whole conversation? And
you don't think it was stupid
trying
when I
to be
said
cool, that? Just hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony probably said it was girlfriend. Look, when I mentioned that we were both using the Bond gun, you don't think that was bad? And she was like, no, it's fine. It's wrong with that. He said it 8 times. It was cool. He got it. How many pictures did you get?
Quite a few.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, pictures,
all right,
videos. It's pretty funny though watching him shoot the Desert Eagle 50 too,
right?
And the Barrett 50.
You should have just hit on him the whole time.
Oh Jesus!
When he was shooting those big guns, you should have just touched his arm. God, you really lost a lot of weight.
I don't think I would do that, Jimmy.
Should have flirted with him.
But you hear
yeah.
Holy motherfuck!
That's awesome. Let's go to Jason in Texas. Jason.
Morning, boys.
Morning.
Hey.
Hey, Ant, were you walking around the compound with Daniel Craig just da-da-da?
No,
that was probably afterwards.
I was not doing it.
You probably just cranked up all his whole sound system.
You guys are complete assholes.
You should have pulled your cock out one. Look, that's about 007.
See, it can't just be two men of similar ilk hanging out.
That wasn't similar. That was a holy shit, which happens
what karaoke
very
song
rarely.
did you sing him?
I didn't sing any karaoke.
Sit down, Danny. Hey, Danny.
I want to sing one.
No.
I'm going to sing For Your Eyes Only.
No, he wanted them to do it. He wanted them together to sing You're the One That I Want. Do you ever see Grease? The fucking song's amazing.
You guys are the worst, man.
Spectral wants to know if you masturbated after the fact.
Shut up. There's no need for that. He's a good guy.
Let's go to Steve in Orlando.
Is shooting some guns.
Good morning, Steve.
Hey, just so you guys know, I saw live from the compound that night. Anthony was freaking out. He was talking about his muscles while he was holding the guns. Daniel Craig revved my engine. He revved my engine on my Shelby.
Do you understand, sir? There was a tad bit of sarcasm in what I was doing. I actually said his eyes were dreamier than Andy Levy's from Red Eye.
Oh, I didn't say I wouldn't have acted the same way. I just couldn't help but notice that you were playing it down a little bit more this morning, that's all.
Of course he is.
Oh, please.
Of course he is.
I
right,
play up
boys.
things to the camera, sir.
All right.
Take it easy, guys.
I just don't think I'm going to be able to take
Tim in Jersey. Tim.
I get slack for all this.
Tim.
Hey.
Hey, sorry, Ken from Jersey. Hey, Anthony, did you ask Daniel if you wanted his Guinness shaken, not stirred?
No.
Did you tell him how much you liked Roger Moore? And that he was the best Bond?
No, I did not.
You didn't do that?
There was no speaking of Roger Moore or anything else. He's got Cowboys and Aliens coming up. That's the next movie coming out. That's the one he's in.
When the fuck is that movie coming out? They promoted that during the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
The Super Bowl was like 10 months ago, I think.
I know.
What the fuck's going on?
Well, it's big, big comic booky kind of, geeky movie.
Yeah, that Daniel Craig thing is pretty damn cool, though.
Yeah,
That's all right.
That's pretty good. Yeah, it's fun, and, a celebrity. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? We should move on to Casey Anthony just because we got Uriah Faber coming in at 7.
Now there's a celebrity
and then we got
I want to have over the compound.
Then we got the Rescue Me guys coming in. We got a busy fucking show today, so if we don't do Casey Anthony now, we might not do it for a while.
By the way, I got to say, I had this thing called right from the start.
Yes, you did.
Well, hold on.
What was going on.
I got it right here.
Oh, wow.
This was almost a month ago.
A month ago. I kept tabs on this whole trial, my friend.
Let's call this 3 weeks ago. You said this.
I have a prediction for the fucking Casey Anthony trial right there.
Right.
She will not be convicted of first-degree murder. This is a capital murder case, and they just don't have it. They don't have enough evidence. People know she's involved in some type of shenanigans with this kid being
Language.
dead. I know. But as far as getting a first-degree murder charge, nah. I ain't seeing it.
There you go.
Ain't seeing it. And they didn't even give her any of the murder charges or manslaughter or nothing. Because as time went on, even after I said that, I realized there was nothing there. You know what was there? Emotion from housefraus. And look, I'm not saying she's innocent, but she's not guilty. Yeah.
Oh, you just missed it.
Damn it.
There's Daniel Craig on the
look
TV.
At that. It looks
right
like,
there on the TV.
Look at that. It's Cowboys and Aliens. That's the movie.
Did you discuss this movie with him?
Not really, no.
No, huh?
I don't want to discuss too many movies. Look, here's my pal.
Well, you think girls like him?
Girls, guy was telling me one story about some fucking, they got pulled over for something, and, he had his girl in the car and everything, and the guy was, like, trying to pick up on him.
What, the guy was trying to pick up on him?
Yeah, he's just like...
The cop?
Yeah. Hey, Harrison Ford's in that, huh?
Harrison Ford's in this?
I didn't even know that. I want to see this goddamn movie.
Fucking Harrison Ford doesn't really age, huh?
No, he looks very much the same.
He got
creepy.
He got older and then just stopped right there.
Right.
He reached the point.
That was a very long ad for Cowboys and Aliens on the TV.
Yeah, what the hell? Oh, I guess this is on the
Apple TV.
Apple TV.
Oh, it's Apple TV.
Yeah.
I didn't want to interrupt the Casey. I thought it was on the TV.
That's fine.
I didn't know that we were controlling that shit. Right. It was on one of our TVs, so I thought they did it. All right, whatever.
It is a pretty cool idea. It's like, why the hell would all the alien shit have to happen, post 1940?
Sure.
You picture cowboys, people in the Old West would freak the fuck out at aliens.
It is like, a great idea.
What the fuck is this?
Anyway, so Casey Anthony.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the jury should have found her fucking innocent. Of course.
Yeah, not
guilty. It's a travesty because she's guilty of fucking something.
She's guilty of something. But right from the start, when I was watching even the opening statements of the prosecution, they didn't have anything. They didn't have how the kid died. You kind of need how someone died to get a murder rap.
Cause of death, sure.
Cause of death.
Mm-hmm.
There was no timeline. And people said, well, the Scott Peterson thing was all circumstantial evidence. They had the body that washed up on the shore of the water that this guy, his alibi was that he was fishing, and there was a definite time frame thing there. There's no time frame with her. It could have happened in this whole area, this gray area.
And there's a lot more motive with Scott Peterson. He wanted to get rid of his wife, who was pregnant, because he didn't want to be weighed down, so he could move on to this other chick. There's a motive there.
And there were no witnesses and no video of her abusing the kid in any way. They didn't have, here she is smacking the kid around or yelling. It was footage of her playing with the kid. So
the prosecution just blew this, huh?
Either they blew it, or there was really nothing
or they
else
just couldn't get enough
to.
fucking evidence.
Because I thought the prosecution did a great job with what they had, but right from the start, I was just like, they don't have anything. You need for the body they had was nothing. They had bones. They couldn't even get DNA. They couldn't tell if it had been touched. Animals had screwed with it. They didn't know where this tape was from. There were no fingerprints. It just was not enough for a jury to say, yeah, she's guilty of murder. Oh, really? How did she do it? When did she do it? I'm not really sure. Why'd she do it? She likes to party. So when they were saying not guilty on all those charges, I wasn't surprised. A lot of people, though, freaking out. Oh, boy, these moms. Well, you fucking bitch. I can't wait till you're dead. You'll burn in hell.
Well, no. Unfortunately, that karma isn't a bitch.
No.
You live long enough, you realize karma is not a bitch.
Yeah, of course not.
It never works out that way.
Serial killers that just die in their bed, sleeping at 85, 90 years old.
Karma is not a bitch.
Yeah.
That's the statement for today.
That's how it works.
So stop with that horse shit.
But, boy, I'll tell you, batshit crazy. Yep. Liar.
A little nutty, right?
Yep. She's got them crazy eyes.
Do you want the jury reads the final verdict? I guess that's a bit old at this point.
That was the
Most
big
people
moment.
have heard that, right?
That was the big moment.
Just in case they haven't heard it.
Yeah. I liked her in her little pink tuxedo
Yeah, what the hell
shirt
was that
she was
about?
wearing. She looked very cute and very ladylike in it. That isn't a good picture, Sam. Please.
Nah, she's haggard. She'll get her shit together after she gets out of jail, right?
Once she has all the makeup to get gussied up. See, that's a good picture right there. She is haggard, though. Boy,
Couple weeks in the gym.
She needs some sleep.
Couple weeks in the gym, right?
Yeah. She's got
Get rid of that bloated look of hers.
Yeah, she got the bags under her eyes because, how good could you sleep when one of the matronly dykes in the jail cell wants to, have you shove your face down into her pussy.
Her Brillo pad.
Yeah, that's got to keep you up at night.
Her very rough Brillo pad. Here's the verdict being read.
In the Circuit Court for the 9th Judicial Circuit in and for Orange County, Florida. State of Florida versus Casey Marie Anthony. As to case number 2008 CF 15606-0. As to the charge of first-degree murder, verdict as to count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty, so say we all, dated at Orlando, Orange County, Florida, on this 5th day of July, 2011, signed for person. As to the charge of aggravated child abuse, verdict as...
That's going to be boring. Let's cut our losses.
Yeah. Well, you know why? Because
not guilty.
You need the video.
Right.
You got to show her. She gets more and more like, and then they're all hugging.
I didn't like they couldn't get her on anything. I thought they could have got her on something.
Well, they got her on lying.
Hopefully, and the judge could give her time served, or he could make them consecutive instead of concurrent.
Yeah.
So I really hope that he makes them consecutive, even if it's out of the ordinary for a case like this.
Really?
Yes. I hope he makes them consecutive so she gets a few years.
I really think they want to get this shit out of the way, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I'm guessing...
probation?
No, I'm guessing a concurrent sentence, time served.
Holy shit.
And,
why would they do that when they could make them consecutive?
It almost seems like... It almost seems unjust. It's like, we couldn't get you on this. We'll get you on this.
Good.
Yeah, but it
just
doesn't work
that
way. That is good, but it just doesn't work that way.
It's not L.A.
You know what? She shouldn't have lied to the cops, this fucking twat about her dead kid. She shouldn't have lied to the police.
Yeah. But the judge has been pretty good. He's been pretty fair and honest with this whole thing. He hasn't made the old media circus out of it. Not like Judge Ito. But I don't know. And this, I don't know. I don't know for sure what they're going to do. But they can apply her time served to some of her sentence, even if they do give her a 4-year, which is the max. She might serve a couple of years of it.
How long has she been in jail?
She's been in for 3 years, but she's also in on a check fraud thing.
So she's already done 3 years?
She's done less than 3 years because some of that was attributed to her check fraud shit.
Well, that's how they were able to keep her, right?
Yeah.
So why would she get time served then if some of that was check fraud?
Just some of it, not all of it. The rest was just
they
arrested her for murder. And
she's not going to stay in jail too much longer.
She's not going to be, put it this way, she's been in jail 3 years. If they tell her she's got to serve 18 more months,
there's no way.
She's going to be like, I can do it on my head.
Yeah, there's
do it on my head.
There's no way. It'll be less than a year.
But I think they might just want to, the prosecutor retired. He's like, fuck this, I'm out of here. Yeah. The head prosecutor's like, I've had this.
I'm done.
I'm done. I'm
Really?
done. If I couldn't win this one, I'm done.
Holy shit.
But she might, I don't know. I think they might just want to, look, let's get this fucking shit out of our court system. Let her go on to do whatever the fuck she's going to do with her life and get her out of our system.
Now, Anthony's the local legal expert. You might be right. You've been right so far. But wouldn't it look better if they kept her for a couple of years? So this way she's not released in the middle of the circus. She's released a couple of years from now. So at least she'll say, well, she was in jail for 6 years.
That's true. And if you had the type of judge that might do that, then I'd say that could happen. And it still could. But this Judge Perry is really, he's a straightforward judge guy. Like, all right, the jury spoke. We do have these charges. She has been in jail. You know, it's not my job, and it's not his job to make up some kind of a sentencing based on what he personally thinks, because he's in charge of sentencing.
Right.
So it's not his job to sentence her based on any personal feelings he might have.
But
he's going to take into consideration.
Can he give her consecutive, not concurrent? He can legally.
He can.
So why would the law give a judge that discretion if not to be used in times like this? Or times where the judge feels it's appropriate? Why would the law allow him that discretion?
Because it really doesn't happen very often. It's a misdemeanor charge. It's not a felony charge. It's a misdemeanor charge. And
that's what he's got to work with,
It
right?
would be excessive.
Yeah.
It would be excessive, even though what she was originally brought up on, but she was acquitted of it. And he does seem like a no-nonsense kind of, look, and here's what we do.
And to serve 3 years, some of that time for check fraud, I mean, not many people serve that much time for a check fraud case.
Yeah.
So there.
Oh, Ben, are you kidding me? Look, see, a lot of people aren't really agreeing with me.
What, they think she's going to stay in jail?
Yeah. But I've gone through this on Twitter and everything.
When's the sentencing going to happen?
Today, I guess they hit the court about 9 o'clock, yeah.
Really? So, all right, let's...
there's going to be some yipping and yapping beforehand.
All right, let's put it on the table. How long you think she gets? We'll check this shit tomorrow.
I say...
Less than a year?
I'm saying no more than 18 months if she doesn't just walk out. So I'm going... I'm thinking it's 50-50. Either 18 months or she walks that day.
I think the judge will do something, but obviously make sure it doesn't look obsessive.
Or excessive?
Excessive, excuse me.
Wait, do you have...
I had 5 days off. Excessive, yeah.
How much time can she get?
I think he'll keep her in jail for just a few months to let everything kind of just chill.
She can get 4 years.
If he feels like that's not excessive.
She can get 4 years.
She's not.
That's all?
They'll get some of that time served taken off the 4 years. So
I say less than 6 months is my guess.
I'm going to guess full 4 years.
I say they keep her for a little while just to let the circus die down a bit.
She's a pig.
I don't know.
All right, listen, we got the defense attorney, Jeff Ashton, talking about what happened on The View.
Oh, it was on The View. He's making the
So then the verdict that we saw here, not guilty. What went through your mind? You expected her to be found guilty, didn't you?
Well, we thought she would. I mean, you always know that in a jury trial, anything can happen.
Yeah.
But we felt we put on a good case and had enough evidence. So yeah, we were pretty shocked. But that's the way it goes. We understand that can happen, and I think I mouthed "wow" about 5 times.
When people say you didn't really prove the case.
How does that make you feel?
It doesn't make me feel that bad. I mean, we put on everything that an investigation, a really thorough investigation, over 3 years produced. So we put on every piece of evidence that was admissible, and we felt like we argued it as well as anybody could.
Yeah.
You know what the problem with the prosecution was, and I'm no expert, believe me. They really did kind of get bamboozled and brought in to the defense's game of just trying to throw in smoke screens with the child, her being abused, as a sexually abused, and all the things that the defense threw out there. Instead of staying on track, the prosecution then would go up and cross-examine these witnesses that the defense brought up, and the defense brought them up for like nothing. It's like, so you're wasting your energy and resources. A lot of the defense witnesses, when the judge asked, all right, cross, the prosecution should have went, no, we don't want to talk to this person. Who gives a shit? And by the way, let's go to as many facts as they could.
Yes,
but they really just let them hang themselves,
and it worked because one of the jurors said that, wow, with her home life being so, like, she alluded to that. So you're right, the defense did rope them into it, and it worked.
They roped into it and brought the prosecution into their game, where they shouldn't even have questioned some of those witnesses. They should have just said, no, we don't want to cross-examine. Not even worth it. But let me bring up my fucking, my DNA guy, or let me bring up my forensic guy as far as, anthropology expert. Let me bring him up. But no, they got caught up in trying to defend against what the defense was saying.
Yep.
And that's why that bitch ain't got no fucking murder rap against her, motherfucker. And she is cordially invited to my pool to scrape her little nose against
on
the
the side
wall.
of it. Help clean up the blood.
Yeah,
I'm sure she's good at cleaning up.
I'm sure she likes
messes.
pools too. Oh boy.
Another show called The Talk, which is a ripoff of The View.
I like the other show called The Walk.
The Walk, yeah.
Yes, you walk the walk. And
how about the chat?
How about the bomb?
That's all right.
I guess Julie Chen lost her fucking mind.
Oh, did she?
A lot of people losing their fucking minds over this thing, but there's no real surprise here. There really is no surprise here. Everyone wanted to see her found guilty, but it wasn't happening.
And they thought she was. All that Twitter shit that I was doing over the past fucking month with this trial, all you saw were these women going, I can't wait until she's got that needle in her arm and she's getting the death penalty. It's like, really? Really?
Well, they were waiting for that one moment where the prosecution said, aha! What about this? And they never had it.
Never had it.
Here's Julie Chen losing her mind.
We are in a very somber mood right now because the verdict in the Casey Anthony. You okay? Help me out here. Okay.
Help me out.
Sorry. Okay. So the verdict has come down in the Casey Anthony trial. Well, we don't have it on AP yet, but let me just bring everyone up to speed. Okay. You did say not guilty of first-degree murder.
Get a hold of yourself.
Exactly, you fucking
You're a
blubbering idiot.
broadcaster first, you dummy. You did the news forever before you got this talk show. What's wrong with you?
Eddie from Patchogue, I'm absolutely crying over here.
It sucks, but it is what it is. It's the fucking legal system.
Yeah.
It was a bummer, that's for sure.
Was she bawling, crying when OJ got let off the hook? Was she crying on that one? Oh, the verdict in. OJ. No, I bet not.
I wish we had footage of her reading that.
You know, speaking of that, Ann, I have to say, Kim Kardashian.
Oh, she caught a lot of shit last night.
She wrote or tweeted, "What? Casey Anthony found not guilty. I am speechless." I had to jump on this one. I wrote, "Your dad helped get OJ off. How are you speechless? How are you speechless? You should understand this game."
She should have written back. Did you see his face, though, when they said not guilty?
Right.
Robert Kardashian was the only one looking around like, what?
Well,
that motherfucker's guilty of sin.
Yeah, your
Holy
father
shit.
was speechless as well.
Yeah.
He was like, what the fuck? But I couldn't help it. I had to fucking ask her, how are you fucking speechless?
A lot of these people just could. If you went to like hashtag Casey Anthony and shit like that, hashtag Casey Anthony trial, a lot of these people would just, and the majority of them women and moms themselves.
They don't understand the law, women.
Yeah, they don't.
They're too busy with their aprons on, making cookies. They don't know anything about the law. They just think what's right is right. They clap their hands.
They really. It is fun to watch some people that have no concept of the legal system trying to process this and how this happened, and just having no clue. If they find new evidence, can they try her again? It's like, no, they can't. Why didn't they make her talk? They can't.
You got to tell them double jeopardy's not making you watch Jeopardy double the amount of times.
See, Chip, that's exactly it.
Hey, juror number 3 spoke out finally.
Juror number 3.
I thought these people,
yes,
they weren't going to talk. They're finally coming forward a little bit.
A few of them, yeah.
They probably want to defend themselves. They're being murdered in the media.
Yeah,
yes.
Juror number 3 had this to say.
She is juror number 3, Jennifer Ford, a 32-year-old training to become a nurse. She told ABC's Terry Moran the reason the jury acquitted Casey Anthony, the prosecution didn't prove its case.
How can you punish someone for something if you don't know what they did?
The prosecution wasn't able to give you a solid enough picture of how.
Do you see that picture? I have no idea what it like. They didn't even paint a picture for me to consider.
And the biggest question, says Ford, was never answered. How did little Kaylee die?
Yeah.
If you're going to charge someone with murder, don't you have to know how they killed someone or why they might have killed someone or have something where, when, why, how? Those are important questions that were not answered.
Fair enough, man.
Especially
it sucks, but fair enough.
Yeah.
In this country.
Exactly.
I don't want to ever have to depend on the judicial system myself, but, it worked in this case. They didn't prove their fucking case.
Yeah, I think they couldn't. I mean, literally, it was like one of those things where there's just DNA. Nothing could help.
Yeah, there was nothing there, really.
It was in her house. The duct tape was in her house, right? It was the duct tape from her house over the kid's mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was too, but too many people had access to it. Like,
it could have been the mother, it could have been the fry, right, okay.
The whole thing with the chloroform and saying that there were so many searches for the word chloroform on the computer. And then the mother said, she was searching for chlorophyll, and she put in chloroform.
Do you believe that?
And
no. The mother was protecting her?
No, but I don't think there was chloroform. I don't think chloroform was used either. I think, here's another thing. One of her boyfriends, and this was early on in the trial, and no one even brought this up, put up a thing on Facebook, those dumb little things people send you, and it said, get her with chloroform. It was, or win her over with chloroform. And it was some chick, and it's just one of these goofy fucking web things you put on. And if she saw that, let's say Casey Anthony saw that, and it's her boyfriend, and it's like some chick, and it's like, win her over with chloroform, and she doesn't know what chloroform is, wouldn't she be like, I want to find out what this chloroform is, because I don't know what my boyfriend's talking about.
Right.
And on this little post that he put on Facebook. Like, I've searched for shit where it's like, yeah, okay, you just search for some stuff. And if people looked at it out of context,
you're like, why the fuck
sinister.
is Anthony searching for that? Yeah,
it looks sinister, but it's like,
yep.
To me, I don't think that made any sense. Yes, 84 times you can search for chloroform. Believe me, I've searched for other things and tried. And why? Okay, 84 times? Why would you have to search 84 times? Once you search it once, you know what it is, so who gives a shit?
These guys are making good points in front of you, but the problem is they still didn't prove their fucking case in the end. There's a lot of suspicion. Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, she's guilty of something. Yes. We need a Star Chamber situation here. One of my favorite movies of all time.
One of that?
Until they had to go Hollywood and give you a message at the end that maybe this isn't the way to do things.
Yeah.
Stupid fucking Hollywood. You know Star Chamber, right?
Michael Douglas.
With Michael Douglas?
Yeah.
And Hal Holbrook. Who doesn't love a good Hal Holbrook movie?
Right.
Hal Holbrook.
The first, 4/5 of the movie are great, and then they have to give you the little moral message that maybe we shouldn't take matters in our own hands. But I love the concept where they got some people together to take care of people like Casey Anthony.
Take care of business.
When you know someone like Casey Anthony is guilty, but the court system isn't able to prove that, the Star Chamber people took care of business.
They take care of it?
Yeah, they took the law in their own hands.
I think it was more blatant in Star Chamber. You can't... No one could tell. Like, she was involved in something, and that's a given. And she didn't tell anybody that for 31 days her kid's missing. That's a given. But there's nothing there that says she did anything.
Can't we just kill her because it would make a lot of people very happy?
It probably would.
Can't we do that in America?
They would, yeah.
Here's more Juror 3.
And what about Casey Anthony, who didn't report her daughter missing for 31 days while she carried on with a partying lifestyle? Did that have any bearing on the jury?
The behavior is very bad, but bad behavior is not enough to prove a crime.
This stupid juror is smart, man. She's saying everything she should have said.
When I heard that they came up after about 11 hours of deliberation,
you're like, oh.
No, I was like, she's not guilty.
That's what I mean.
Knew it. Yeah.
That's what I mean by
I was like,
it's going down.
I knew she wasn't guilty.
Of course.
They would have to sit there and make like if they're, especially a capital murder case, they would have to, even if they knew, they'd be like, we have to sit here for another at least 24 fucking hours, or we're going to look like, we're just throwing out a death penalty here.
I read the tweet that she was found not guilty in a house full of people. A lot of people at Weeze's that day, a couple days ago. And, the reaction was like, it was like unanimous.
Yeah.
Get the fuck
out of here.
And then we turned on the TV and people were shocked. But honestly, Anthony followed the case very closely. I sort of followed it. I was keeping tabs on it as well. And there's no shock here.
No.
There's just no shock here. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, this is exactly what should have happened.
I had no surprise.
It sucks and people are bummed out and all that, but they didn't prove their case. We should move forward because Uriah Faber's going to be here any second.
Yeah.
And we should take a break. But before we do, Jay Leno just had a moment with the Casey Anthony trial.
Oh, he did.
I'll be honest, I did not hear this. Danny brought it to our attention, so I want to listen to this. I guess one of his jokes might not have gone well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I don't get this. In a stunning decision, Casey Anthony found not guilty, not guilty. You know what this means? This means President Obama's economic team is now only the second most clueless people in America. That's what it means. Did the mic on? Yeah? No, you're all good. No, what happened?
Jay. Oh,
jeez. The mic come out.
No, you could hear the tin, but I think it was just like people were like, oh.
Yeah,
that was actually a good joke, though.
Yeah.
Let's hear it again.
President Obama's economic team is now only the second most clueless people in America. That's what it means. Did the mic on? Yeah? No, you're all good. No, what happened? Tell me what happened again. I don't think they heard the joke. No. Tell them again. In a stunning decision. No, Casey Anthony found not guilty. You know what this means? Well, this means President Obama's economic team is now only the second most clueless people in America. That's what it means. Exactly. I tell you, I don't get it.
Yeah, good for Jay. Going with it.
That was funny.
Good for him.
The mic on.
Hey,
is this thing on?
Hey, to be fair, Butch Worley from Birmingham writes, bullshit, Opie.
Whoa.
How about Lacey Peterson? No cause of death there. What about cases where no body is found? That juror's an idiot.
What? The Casey has... If you look at the Scott Peterson trial, there was a timeline there. He was in a boat when she went missing. There was a body with flesh on it that could be a time of death. There was motive. He was cheating. There was a lot more there than there was here. A lot more. There's no... When did she do it? Riddle me this. When did she kill the kid? How did she kill the kid? And why?
Do you think she
Give me
killed the
those.
kid? Or do you think it was by accident and then she covered it up?
I have no idea. I don't fucking know. And apparently
what's
neither did the jury.
What's your hunch? You're not a juror.
Here's my hunch.
Everyone has a hunch about
which means nothing. I don't think she said, "Hey, I'm going to kill this kid so I can have a good time." Whether she was drugging the kid so she could go out, leaving it at home or whatever, maybe that. Maybe the kid did climb up the fucking ladder and drown in the pool. Maybe then the father was freaking out and said, "Boy, your mom's going to be mad. Oh, we're in trouble here. Let's, make this look like something else happened that didn't involve us, and I'll take care of everything. You just go back in the house." Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that could have happened, and the defense threw all those out there.
But then how does she go about life for 31 days like that?
She's a psychopath.
Yeah,
she fucking, her crazy eyes. She was laughing in the courtroom. I'd have a face like I was constipated the entire time. I would just be like,
Dude, 2 days ago, my kid was choking on a Dorito, okay? And it was a pretty serious thing.
Yeah.
And he's fine and all that, right? We're fucking traumatized. Like, I'm sitting here like I just want to go home because it was an incident, that parents go through. And I'm thinking, 31 fucking days when knowing you have a dead kid?
Yeah.
That I can't even wrap my fucking head around that as a parent. I can't even wrap my head around that.
She's a lunatic. She's a fucking lunatic.
We had a choking incident 2 days ago, and I'm out of my mind. And it wasn't to the point where it was going to be some, a real problem. But it was still.
It was enough.
It was heavy. It was a heavy incident.
Jesus.
And this broad is walking around for 31 days knowing her kid's dead. I can't even understand that on any level.
See that?
It's easy just to say, yeah, she's a fucking psycho.
That's the parental thing, too, that a lot of the people that were commenting are parents, and they were fucking livid because they see their kid in that situation.
Everyone
and they're
does.
like, oh, my God. No, everyone doesn't. I didn't.
Dude.
Because I have no concept of a parent-like thing.
You brush everything. Of course you do. What if it was, God forbid, another kid in your circle?
Oh, I understand. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Then they'd be livid, pissed, but you're never going to get the feeling of your own kid and be able to put that together with this situation and think, wow, I couldn't imagine that.
Right.
I just don't have it. I'm not a parent, so I can't feel like a parent does. I have niece and nephew and things like that, but that's just not the same. It's not the same relationship, I just can't. I could be mad. I could go like, holy shit. And if, God forbid, anything happened to any of my family, I'd want to fucking burst in and blast the person in the face.
But just imagine whoever you love in your life, just imagine they're gone. And then you go through life for 31 days making believe nothing happened.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't even have to be a kid. That's fucking That is downright creepy, man. That's serial killer creepiness that people just, don't understand the mind of a serial killer. That's some creepy ass shit to be able to go through life like that.
Yeah, it is. She is creepy. I'll give you that.
Uriah's here? We should take a break then.
All right. We'll take a little break.
All right, we'll get back to this, obviously. It's the big story of the day, even though we're a day late on this. But at least we're here.
Oh, yeah.
Doing a little this and a little that. Uriah Faber next, and then a little later this morning, Dennis Leary and Adam Farrar are stopping by to talk about the new season of Rescue Me. And I also want to know about Curb Your Enthusiasm because Jimmy went to the premiere.
Yes, I did.
All right, we got things to do. Stay there. Hey, we got to get Uriah Faber in here right away, man. Uriah, how are you, sir? Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man? How's your hand?
It's okay. My right hand's bugged me just a little bit.
Is it?
But not too bad.
What happened there?
Did you break it?
I didn't break it. I mean, I can do most things. It just
is it swollen?
I had a break a couple months back during my training camp, a little hairline fracture, and then just 25 minutes of punching a dude in the face.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Jam fingers and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So Feels good.
Damn,
Did you know in the decision, because I was at the fight, did you know that you had they were going to give him to Cruz the decision?
No, I didn't. I mean, I thought I'd done enough, and it was close, especially watching it afterwards. I mean, I could see how it could have gone either way, but I was definitely surprised.
Yeah. How much do you weigh? You're a small guy.
I'm about 154 right now.
Okay. We were just saying that you weigh about as much as our producer, but he's a small guy, but you must be easy to underestimate from people who don't know you're a fighter just because you're a small dude, and then they want to find out the hard way.
That's happened a time or two in my day.
Yeah,
but not too much. Not too much. I've had some experiences though, college and all that good stuff where I had to put a person in his place.
What motivated you to start fighting though? Like what? Because you started in 2003. What made you say, all right, "This is what I'm going to do"?
I wrestled in college. I was a Division I wrestler at UC Davis, and it was one of those things where I just thought it would be fun, and I knew I'd be good at it. And it was illegal in California at the time. This is almost 8 years ago, and I just got in touch with the promoter and said, "Hey, I want to do this." Trained for a month and took a fight, and started from there. I just fell in love with it and started training jiu-jitsu and kickboxing and boxing and all that stuff, and just never stopped, man. The sport started growing, and I was right in the middle of it.
How does it feel to be headlining the UFC event?
It was awesome, man. It was really cool, and we performed. We had a great fight also, and look forward to doing it again.
He's a tough fucking dude, Dominic Cruz, man. Like he literally throws his legs like jabs. I was like, Jesus, he really is he's a good fighter, man.
Yeah, he's pretty tough.
How bummed are you right now? You obviously wanted to win.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like the type of guy that likes to sit around and feel sorry for myself and dwell on things, especially when I had a fight like I did where I felt that I won. I mean, I knocked him down 3 times and, stuffed his takedowns and really blocked most of his kicks and stuff like that. So it's it's like I didn't get beat up in the fight. I mean, as you can see, I'm not like...
Yeah, you're not all fucked up. I had a worse time with my pool, if you've noticed.
You look worse than... You look worse than Uriah.
I know.
And that was just getting out of a fucking pool. This guy went to battle.
Doing mixed martial arts. Yeah. I had a fight with the wall in my pool, and I look like a mess.
I asked that because you guys don't fight often. So do you take this loss all the way to the next fight? Like, fuck, I just want to get back in there and get a win under my belt.
Like I said, I'm not a guy that dwells on stuff. I got
so you just push
good life. Yeah, I'm motivated to get back in it, back on the training, and just look forward to my next fight. They're already talking about having me fight in a couple months here, maybe 3-4 months. So, I've been competing since I was a little kid.
Sure.
And I know how the sport is, and I just, put the...
I think we're more bummed than he is because we're Team Uriah Faber.
Yeah. No, I really feel like fans... I mean, I get to go out there and exert all my energy. I get to punch this dude in the face. I get to try my best, and so I exert all the frustrations, and so I can, at the end of the day, say, all right, win, lose, or draw. I got that out. But
how good does it feel to fucking just belt somebody you don't like?
It feels really good, man. It feels really good. That's one of the bright sides of the fight that I had. He and I had a little bit of a pass, and I got to punch him really hard in the face and knock him down a couple times. And it was fun.
Great, man.
I walked right through his punches. I felt like no big deal, buddy. Brush him off. And it was good. I'm looking forward to doing it again.
I think if I was in that business, and obviously I don't even have a shot at anything like that, I wouldn't want to know any of the guys. Because if you get along with one of the guys and now you have to fight him, that would be a little weird to me.
Yeah, it's a little weird like that. I mean, it's a close brotherhood we have. I mean, it's hard to do that because we're also in a sport that's so new. Throughout the years, the guys that have been there for a while have a lot of times trained together and stuff. So, I mean, I've got 3 or 4 guys in the weight class that I've trained with throughout the years because we were at different weight classes at times. We're in different organizations, and so it's all you got to put that pass and make a sport of it.
How come you don't like him,
Dominic?
Yeah.
We had a long history. I was his only loss, and he's like a baby when it comes to losing. And he was disrespectful a couple different times, and just just didn't click.
Yeah, he didn't seem like he hurt you at all. And it's like it was impossible to keep you down. Like he tried taking you down, and I've never seen anybody get up faster when they were on the floor than you.
Yeah, in a wrestling match, those wouldn't even been considered takedowns at all. And it's one thing we're dealing with the commission is we have a lot of judges that have no clue what they're doing. They haven't fought. We got old dudes and chicks, and the sport's been around since like 93, 94. And, you know, a lot of these guys are coming over, don't want to lose their jobs from the boxing commissions, and have never been in a wrestling match or jiu-jitsu school. And so, I mean, it's hard to know what the heck they're looking at.
So you'd probably want to get eventually retired fighters in there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that's what needs to happen. There needs to be some sort of system for these judges to go through and say, all right, I understand this sport as well as the fighters, because right now the fighters understand it much better than the judges, which is weird.
Yeah, that is strange. Yeah. But obviously there's got to be a third fight now.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be a third
cool.
fight. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. And
there's going to be a lot of interest in a third fight.
Yeah, I think so. And I got to get in there and make sure I win my next fight. I don't know if they'll do the rematch right away. Probably not. But I just want to fight somebody who's on the top and knock him down and get that shot again. Get that belt.
Of your fights, I think you were 21-4, and then you've lost 4 of the last 8. You've kind of split, but none of them have been beat ups. Like they've all been like I think 3 of the 4 decisions. So it's like you're going the distance. You're not being embarrassed.
24-5 is I think my record now, or
25-5 I think.
25-5, yeah.
What's happened in like the last 8 fights? Is it like people? It was almost like Fedor was relying on his one big punch, and I think people kind of figured that out. Is there something you were doing that people might have figured out, or is there something you want to do different?
Well, you know, I lost to Mike Brown twice. The first time I did this crazy jumping elbow and kind of clotheslined myself into a punch, and that was some years ago. And then I fought him in a rematch. I broke my hand in the first round, which was, you know, I hit him on the top of the head and fractured the 2 metacarpal in my right hand. Had to get steel plates in there and stuff. And that was the very first round of a 25-minute fight. And then I dislocated my thumb in the third, so I was fighting with no hands. And then
were you still using your right hand?
No, just
it was
elbows.
broken?
I was doing elbows.
So you couldn't even use it at all?
I couldn't grapple, couldn't do anything.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was rough. People out there have watched me fight. I mean, everyone always asks me, how's your hand? And that was 2 fights ago, 2 years ago. And they're always asking about that fight. But
I met you once. We have a photo together. You were in a sling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were fucking, I don't know what happened, but...
oh, yeah.
Can you see
that? That was from the fight, yeah. I had 2 casts from that fight. So basically, I fought, 30 times now, and I think about 20 fights have been in title fights. So when you're at the highest level and the sport's getting where it is, and I was also at a weight class, 145 pounds, where I was giving up a lot of weight just because the sport started some years back, and there was no weight class.
Oh, yeah, you'd get like a smaller guy and some huge guy in there and just beat the shit out of each other. Yeah.
So
the old days.
You know, it's one of those things where you're fighting the best guys in the world. All my losses have been in title shots. So
Is it embarrassing to lose a fight? I've asked fighters that before because I'm afraid to fight for a couple of reasons. A, you don't want to get hurt. It's first and foremost. But like it's like the embarrassment of losing. But I guess it's different when it's 2 guys who really know how to fight. But is there like a feeling like I don't want to walk through the crowd, or is no?
No, not. I mean, possibly. I guess if you did something embarrassing, but most of the time we're just fighting each other like warriors out there, and
Well, Silva got knocked out in the first round. Like he had a really bad fight. Vanderlei Silva got really beat up quickly. That's got to suck when you have to leave.
That does suck, I'm sure. But that guy's been through some battles, wars.
The best exit ever was, I think it was Philly we were at with Forrest Griffin.
Yeah.
He got knocked out. And we love Forrest. He's been on our show.
Yeah.
But he felt pretty embarrassed, I think.
Yeah,
he got knocked out and then immediately ran out of the arena.
I remember that. I was there also.
That was the best exit ever. He was
a good exit.
He was so mad and embarrassed at the same time.
Yeah, he kind of got caught with a punch that was like, Silva's guy was going away and just kind of threw like almost a jab and knocked him out.
But Forrest Griffin was moving forward, and it just, oh my God, it was just one of those moments. People started to know Uriah Faber big time, like people that aren't in the fight game, or fans of the sport when you tweeted the picture of your leg. That brought a lot of people into your camp.
Yeah, that was nasty, man. That's the other loss that I've had recently was to Jose Aldo, who's one of the top pound for pound guys right now.
Yeah,
and he's the champ at the weight above where I'm competing.
That's when I knew that you were a sick fuck. I'm like, this guy was tweeting pictures of his leg just getting worse and worse by the day.
Oh my gosh, that was like,
and I've been a fan ever since now. Yeah,
well, thanks, man. Yeah, it was like a 3-week process of my leg just changing colors and size and everything else. I'm like, it was just interesting. What's it going to look like?
As soon as you came
tomorrow?
in, I decided to Google it too. I mean, you Google image Uriah Faber leg, you can see what I'm talking about.
It was like he beat you, but he just basically kicked your leg.
Yeah, exactly. And,
but he didn't break anything, obviously.
No, it was just all soft tissue and just pain, man. And yeah, to his credit, he's one of the best fighters in the world. And I mean, he'd been knocking everyone out. We went to a 25-minute fight with him just kicking me in the leg. It was like someone taking a bat to my leg, and the guy found a weakness and exploited it. So
how many kicks in do you start to go like, this is going to be a fucking problem?
Oh shit!
Like he figured out that this is a good move.
It was right around the end of the second round, so I had 3 rounds hobbling around where he kind of took the power out of my leg.
And I gotta ask, because and this is probably gonna be a rookie question, but what the fuck, like. If any of us got kicked once in our thigh, we would be done. We wouldn't be walking. We'd be on the ground. We'd be like, "What the fuck?" We'd be calling out for our mommies. What? How could you get kick after kick in the leg like that and continue?
A lot of guys.
I mean, a lot of people say it's training, but I don't understand.
Well, I would say a lot of guys don't. There's been a lot of TKOs from guys having to stop because the leg's getting battered and.
But one kick would take us out.
Yeah, that's one of the more painful things in the sport. It's just I mean, you really imagine taking a bat and swinging it and just slamming it into somebody's leg.
Constant.
And then you got to
beating
continue
like that.
fighting. I just can't wrap my head around that.
I guess, is there a numbness that comes with it? Because Ali fought Ken Norton. He had a broken jaw for quite a few rounds. I mean, Norton had broken his jaw, and he kept fighting, I think, for like 10 rounds or whatever with a broken jaw. Is there something where you just get used to it?
I would say no, but there's definitely a ton of adrenaline that takes away from whatever pain you have. Like, directly after the fight, the doctors asked me how I felt, and I'm like, I feel fine, I feel great. And then in the press conference, 10-15 minutes later, my collarbone had a little hematoma, my rib was hurting, my leg was hurting, and my right hand was hurting, and so that stuff wears off, and you're like, okay, I get a little aching pain here,
You ever have to shit right before you fought? Like, what's the closest to fight time? Because when I do a show, a lot of times, I'm not trying to compare what I do with what you're, but I have to empty out. My body just goes, now! And I have to shit probably 10 minutes before going on stage.
That's nerves, right?
Yeah, my body just panics and throws everything out.
I not in particular that I can remember, but I'm sure I've had to go to the bathroom at some point, but not like something that sticks out in my mind.
That's not a real professional question to ask somebody.
We've had a few weak questions.
But I'm just kidding. I am
These
curious,
are some of the
though.
things that people wonder about.
Yeah. What do you do when you're on the road? Like, you're in New York now. How long are you here for?
I'm just here for 3 days.
What will you do? I mean, you got to promote, but
I'm doing just a bunch of cool interviews and hanging out and getting some great food. I mean, you guys are spoiled out here, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
And then I've got a bunch of friends out here, so if I get some time,
what's your food of choice?
My favorite restaurant is Carmine's, and last time when I fought here, I was here for about 4 or 5 days. I ate there every single night for dinner. And it just reminds me of my mom's cooking. She's Italian. And
that family style where there's like a fucking giant plate.
So good.
Carmine's rules.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm going to try to get that for lunch tonight, actually, too.
So we always laugh when people come here to New York and go to, like, the Olive Garden.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I went to an awesome restaurant last night, August. It's called August, and the chef there is a big fan, and he just kept bringing stuff out. And my cousin Peter, he lives here, and we had a really good meal. So he was bringing out all sorts of different dishes.
How is it too when you're as a fighter with women? Are they more attracted? Like, let's just say, do you do well?
Let's say, yeah, I would say yes, I do well. And, I mean, I've never really had an issue with the women area, but, I mean, I think it probably helps that, you know, women like a guy that can provide and protect and all that good stuff, and doesn't hurt you're on TV. And
so you like the beach? Like, to me, the beach is a place of torture and humiliation and like shame. I was thinking of that while I was watching him fight. I'm like, this is a guy who like would like, oh, it's great, let's go to the beach today. Like, I have to be convinced to go to the beach as a part of a greater day.
You're just horrified.
I fucking hate it. I wear my shirt and jeans on the beach.
How do you feel when you know it's time to take your shirt off?
I'm such a fucking mess. I'll actually take my shirt off when I know the girl is looking the other way, and then I'll throw my towel over my shoulders so my tits don't show. It's fucking embarrassing.
Man, you just gotta wear it, bro. I know some guys with some, you know, pushy little, dopey little bodies that just rock out with their shirt off in California, man. It's just a mentality, bro. You gotta wear that.
All pasty white, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, I know. I can't wear it proudly. He's probably right. But if I was hanging out with him on the beach, and there's no way to wear this where women wouldn't know.
Well, you walk around strutting your stuff, and you look like crap. Girls would be like, "What does he have that we don't know about?"
Jimmy's great.
Intrigued.
Jimmy's great in the jacuzzi because the second the bubbles shut off, he's like, "Turn the bubbles back on." Like, it just covers everything up.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's because when the fucking water gets clear and you can just look down and like, oh, what a fucking piece of garbage. But we've talked to enough UFC guys where it's like you almost start to convince yourself, like, you know, like, yeah, man, that's something that's possible. You work out a little bit, you get in shape, and you forget that there's fucking 8 hours a day or 7 hours a day it takes to get in that kind of shape.
Oh yeah, and I mean, it's a lifestyle type of thing, but there's some guys that are fighters that don't have the best physiques either and do pretty well. So, you know, you can do all right. It's all mental, man. But come on.
But even without fighting, though, you're a guy who just got like a lot of chicks.
I've never had an issue with getting chicks throughout my life.
I always have. I always have.
You want to be him, don't you?
I really do. I like being me, but I would love if I could be.
Well,
Uriah.
you guys should switch jobs for one weekend.
Why would he want to do that?
Yeah, Uriah, you get on stage, tell some jokes.
Yeah, you get up at 5:30 in the morning, do radio, and I'll be in perfect shape and fucking punch people I hate and bang chicks. Why wouldn't he take that deal?
Hey, what are we promoting today, by the way? I think we have some copies of this.
Yeah, we're talking about the UFC personal trainer, and that's actually why I'm here in New York talking about this, and I'm going to go play the game and everything. But
where are you playing it?
We're going to do it on the morning show. I can't remember what exactly the show is. Some
TV or radio?
TV. And doing a bunch of radio stuff, but the UFC personal trainer is the new game. It's basically for guys to get in shape. It's available on the Wii and the Kinect and the Nintendo Move or the PlayStation Move and the Nintendo Wii, and it basically is all the workouts that we do. I mean, you can do like 70 different workouts in kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and it's simulated. You know, you stand in front of the Kinect or the Wii and just throw punches. You can hold mitts. I'm one of the characters on there. They have you do all the voiceovers and stuff. So you pick me, and they're like good job, and I change it to like good stuff, homie, and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. You know, you can do mitt work, you can do bag work, you can do timed workouts, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 30-day regimen, 60-day regimen, and it's just a way to get in shape without being intimidated to go learn about the sport.
What's the shortest workout that somebody might want to do if they're in their early 40s?
Well, you can just quit right in the middle of it, but they have these 30-second and 1 minute goes where they calculate, they count how many punches you're throwing and your accuracy, and they give you advice. There's some of the trainers, some of the best trainers and fighters that are on the game also, and they'll be like critiquing you and giving you pointers and stuff like that.
See, because I hate my stomach and my fucking. I've talked about this with every fighter that's in, but I hate my torso. My legs are good. I have good calves, but I don't know what to do for my stomach.
No, he's got the best calves in the business.
Yeah,
I want to show you.
I'll take a picture later and we'll Twitter those.
In the business.
Yeah, we should Twitter our calves and see if you can guess who's who. It'll be a fun game that nobody will play.
Yeah, that's classic.
Nick in Jersey says he's a big fat fuck and would love a copy of that workout video.
That's
Let me
awesome.
say hi to Nick for a second. Nick,
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're talking to Uriah Faber, just in case people just tuning in.
Ryan, big fan. It was an awesome fight, man. It's
Oh, thank you, man.
I wish you won, man. I wanted to see you win that title, but no. Hey.
I'll be back in there.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Yeah, he's got the confidence. I love it, man. He just lost, and he's like, "Fuck that. I'm already past that. Moving forward."
That's right.
You want this game, sir?
Oh, you know it.
All right, hold on the line. I think we got 5 copies, so we'll give you one.
Man,
you got a question for Uriah while you're on the phone?
Actually, I just turned on the radio as I'm driving to work, so I don't.
Great story.
Yes,
right,
cool.
we'll move on.
How
stay
fast
there.
you going? What road? Quick, more.
Well, stay there. We'll give you a copy. Chris in New Hampshire. What's up, Chris?
Hey, guys. What's going on?
Hey, man.
Hey, Uriah, you got to tell the story about, I heard it, I don't know when, you got in a bar fight in some town, maybe Mexico or someplace weird like that, where you ended up fighting, like, the entire town.
Yeah, that was Bali, Indonesia, yeah.
Who the
fuck
would
gotta
do
tell
that?
The story, man. It's friggin', I don't know where I heard it, but
I'll tell you where you heard it. You heard it on this show because Uriah called in one time and told us the story.
Yeah,
I do remember
Yes.
that. Yeah.
But he's here, so we should. Why don't we retell it?
That's a long story.
But it was Indonesia. That's crazy.
It was a crazy story, man. If you look up Uriah Faber Bali on YouTube, I tell the story. It's like a 9-minute video. And excuse the F-bombs, but you need some F-bombs to describe that story.
Yeah.
It was scary.
That's
We prefer any story with F-bombs. Saying fuck helps any story.
Oh, yeah. You can say fuck here, by the way.
Yeah, you can.
I don't know if you know that.
I helped that fucking old lady across the street. It just sounds like a nicer story.
See? Yeah.
It makes us seem cool.
That's funny. So you think you would play this game if?
I absolutely know I would because
I would check it out. Yeah.
You could do it. No one watch you. You could put take your shirt off. You could practice the bravado of having your shirt off with this thing.
I go to the gym. I do elliptical, and that's all I do is elliptical because I despise working out. It's the only thing I can
like
make.
the ladies. They all do the elliptical.
They really do. I put on my fucking yoga pants. I really am a fucking sissy.
This game is actually the only game that is endorsed by the National Academy of Sports Medicine. So you can be rest assured that you're gonna be getting a workout, and it's just like the chicks that get on those ellipticals. That has some clout, you know.
I've done some things.
I would rather
with, Connect on Xbox Connect, and you are exhausted when you're done.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you are really moving.
Yeah, it's genius. I remember, they have these games, like, do you ever see the dance game? I've seen some of the most hilarious dance, like, nerd fighter, like video game guys at like the arcade doing this intense dance. They like got their entourage there with all like the best dancer video game guy, and he's like his hair slicked back. He's got like his chick, and he's like dancing all like stepping on stuff.
Dance Revolution.
Yeah, it's so funny, man. I think I would rather do that in the privacy of my own home.
I've done some boxing games on Xbox. I'd love to check this out. But just to hold your arms up that long and keep throwing punches, you're home. You're in your living room. Believe me, it's not the ring.
Yeah.
But wow, man, it is hard work. It really is.
And this is cool. I mean, you're going to actually learn. I mean, this is the real stuff that we're doing. And you've got guys like Mark Delagrati and Javier Mendez, some of the best trainers in the world, that are telling you, all right, showing you the right techniques and stuff. I mean, I have a gym at home, and the biggest thing are people are intimidated to go in there and look dumb, you know?
Right.
So this whole thing is a precursor to that. You can learn all the technique, hop in there, and, go to the gym and not feel like a weirdo if you want to step it up.
That's cool, man.
Everyone's calling for a copy of the game, so we have 4 left, and we'll just give them to some random callers right now.
Wait, do we have any? Is this good for? I have PlayStation 3. Does it work on PlayStation or no?
Yeah, it works on PlayStation Move, Nintendo Wii, and Xbox Connect.
And it's called the Ultimate Fitness. Wait, no, it's called UFC Personal Trainer, right?
UFC Personal Trainer. My gym back home is Ultimate Fitness, though.
Yeah, I got
So
you.
thanks for the plug.
Oh, right on. Dan in Rochester has a question for Uriah Faber. Dan, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
man.
I had a question. Was there any, one incident or one moment in your life that made you want to keep on going and have persistence and never want to give up? Like, I know one time when I was younger, I was bullied a little, and, it made me want to go out and kick everyone's butt. But did you have anything like that or, a role model in your life that kept you going?
You know, I think the biggest thing for me is just having a really positive attitude, and I think I get that from my dad. I mean, he's been in some pretty dire straits, and the guy's just always happy, and you know, it's like nothing phases him. And so I kind of learned that from him. But there's been all sorts of struggles, man, that you know, motivated me, and that's the biggest thing, is just looking for motivation in things instead of feeling sorry for yourself or getting down. You know, it's just kind of a mindset for me. But yeah, there's been a lot of stuff. I can't think of anything in particular, but you know, just having that mental attitude is kind of the key.
When's the last time you were scared of a person? Like, legitimately, you know, like, from being... I had a guy on one time on a train. It was weird. It was like he was sitting across from me, and I had sunglasses on. And he looked like a fucking guy off Rikers Island. He did not look like a pleasant man.
No, huh?
And we're both kind of leaning forward, facing across from each other. But I wasn't... He thought, because of the way my sunglasses were, like, I was looking kind of like down, but he thought I was... I know what he thought. Because he thought that I was, like,
you were eyeballing him.
Eyeballing him. But I really wasn't. But I understand why he thought that. And he actually just took his sunglasses off and looked at me.
Holy shit.
And I was thinking of, after we get off the train... I moved my head up and looked, so he knew that I hadn't been eyeballing him, because I didn't want to get the shit beat out of me by some ex-convict to prove a point to nobody but me and my iPod.
Did you exaggerate that movement? Like, yeah. I am now looking up.
I think I actually went and made a fucking Stooges noise. but fucking stinks. Yeah. And you got to be careful, because anybody can have a pistol. Like, you never know who's going to pull on you. So it's like, you can't be crazy fucking brave. But it just sucks, like, knowing that guy, he punked me. It was annoying.
How long ago was that?
Fucking on my way in.
You need to get on the UFC personal trainer. You need to get the confidence up there. But now, for me, I haven't.
I need to pay you to just walk around with me.
Yeah,
he fought a village in Indonesia. This guy's never been scared.
I can't really say that I have been. I've been unrealistically unscared since I was a little kid. The only person I was really scared of was my mom.
Wow.
And that's still today.
You're still scared of her?
Oh, yeah.
For what reason?
I don't know, man. She's got that mental... I guess it'd be like equivalent to like a big brother edge, you know?
Yeah.
But it'd be my mom. Right. Like, that's the one person where, like, if she calls and she's pissed off at me, I'm like, oh, you know.
She understands that you're really famous, right? Or does she just brush that aside like it's a cute little thing you do when you're not in her house?
You know, I mean, mom's a mom, you know.
I know. What is your... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
What is your mentality when you... Because if you're not... You said you've never been afraid of people. What is your mentality when it's not a fight or when it's a one-on-one thing? What do you do? Like, I really can't comprehend handling that situation differently. Like, what could I have... in that situation, I could have looked at him, but it would have escalated immediately. Like,
yeah.
It's just like being on that beach, I think, where you know, it's a confidence thing. I've avoided a lot of fights by people realizing right away that have zero fear or intimidated of what they're saying or doing. It's just a crusher.
Yeah.
It's like you know, you call someone's bluff, and 90% of the time they're gonna feel like, oh my gosh, this guy is not scared of me at the least bit. I've had that a ton of times in college where somebody's gotten in my face, and I've gotten, instead of backing away, you get a little bit closer and stay calm, and that's scary for people. Like, oh man, this guy has like iron nerve and really believes he's gonna kick my ass.
Now, Jimmy, when that happened, wouldn't you have, like, maybe put the sunglasses down on your nose while you're still looking down, and then kind of look up at him like, look, I wasn't looking at you, but now I notice you're looking at me, and I'm going to look at you now?
No, I wouldn't have done that, because first of all, it's an acknowledgement that I'm reacting to what he did. So that was why I did. But again, I have a pretty good read instinctively for people and violence. Like, I've always been a very good read of that. This guy was not. He was the 10%. He was not 1 through 90 who wanted to. Most people want a way out of a fight.
Yeah.
And then there are the 10% that don't.
Sometimes you got to take the loss. You just know. It's like, fuck. I got to just get myself out of this situation.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
The other thing is the
Especially
old
living in
sucker
New York.
punch. If you feel like you're going to get in a fight 100% for sure,
yeah,
know where to hit a person, which means on the button, on the kisser, what they say.
On the chin, yeah.
On the chin. And be ready to run or do whatever else. And there's no shame in that. There's no shame in throwing the first punch. And, you know, karate people out there who, you know, say don't throw the first punch. if I feel some big weirdo is trying to start a fight with me, I'm not going to say anything at all to him. I'm going to punch him right in the face.
Just punch him in the
that'll
face.
be the end of it.
Gone.
And for the people listening out there, that's the place to hit, right on the chin.
I would hit him
because I hear pull his ears, fucking try to kick him in the balls. No, you've heard all these dumb things. Try to gouge out his eyes, but you're saying if you got one fucking shot, just try to hit that chin.
Punch through his chin
from the side.
Anywhere you can hit it. You can hit him in the jaw, from the jaw to the chin to the upper lip. That's the spot.
Just right there. It's really. Oh yeah, that does.
And you can.
Suck.
I mean, you see some of the best knockouts, some of the best punches. Guys are barely getting touched there. They'll get hammered, big punches here and there.
Yeah.
You guys get this UFC personal trainer, and they'll tell you exactly where to hit and how to do it to where you can, however much you weigh, you can deliver that punch to someone's jaw if they're staring at you like a weirdo in the subway.
Now, I want you to remember this moment for when you read on fucking the Drudge Report, radio host murdered on train.
That's in dire straits. When you know a guy's going in your face and like, okay, this guy is coming to fight me, and instead of trying to talk your way out or whatever, and you feel like even if I talk him out of it and the guy's not backing down, I had a real experience where a guy was not going to back down for no reason, and I had to let him go. I was walking home with a girl in college, and I turn around. This guy's got a fire extinguisher. He's got about 100 pounds on me, and he wants me to apologize. And I had never seen the guy, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I think you have the wrong guy. So now he said, I said, apologize, motherfucker. Did you hear what I said? And I'm like, hey, bro, I think you got the wrong guy. And, I was wearing like khakis and a polo shirt, and this chick standing next to me. I'm walking my bike home. And so he persists about 3 requests and gets closer to my face. He's holding this fire extinguisher, and I just laid him out. He did like a walking circle. I hit him. He walked in a circle, turned back around, walked in front of me, and just fell on his butt. And I go, here's your apology, motherfucker. And I grabbed the back of his head and just jaw-jacked him twice, and he just passes out. And then I was borrowing my buddy's shoes. I had big old shoes on, so he fell onto my leg and slid down my shoes. And my shoe came off underneath him, and his buddy comes running up. I'm trying to pick him up, get my shoe. And he's like, stay away from him. I'll get your shoe. I'll get your shoe. And then the guy wakes up, and he ends up not knowing what's going on. He tries to fight his buddy, all this stuff. The chick's like 300 yards down there. But, there's a time every once in a while you should hit somebody.
I swear to God, I thought he was going to go, I had to apologize because he had a fire extinguisher. That story went exactly the opposite of how I thought it was going to go.
Or how you would have handled it.
Oh, yeah, I would have said, I'm sorry.
I'm very sorry, sir.
What I did wrong, I'm sorry, I apologize.
Well, I mean, when there's nothing to apologize, my intuition is, okay, this guy really doesn't want to apologize, doesn't want me to apologize because I didn't do anything to him. I've never seen the guy. He's just trying to start a fight with me.
Oh, okay.
At what age did you realize you were a tough guy, that you could take care of yourself? I mean, it couldn't have been your whole life.
No,
there had to be a turning point where you said, all right, now I know I can take care of myself.
I was unrealistically thinking I was a tough guy ever since I was a little kid. I mean, I remember thinking as a little kid, these teenagers, that if I needed to, I could handle them, And I think it comes from having my mom, who's always been, my mom and my dad are just like pump me up all the time,
Okay.
My mom, like, nobody messes with my boys. My boys can dance. My boys can my boys can do this. My boys can do that. The Italian mom just like pumping you up.
Right. You got brothers then?
Yeah, I got an older brother.
Is he in the fight game?
No, he's not in the fight game.
But he could take care of himself?
Yeah, he can take care of himself. Yeah, he's 5'11", 185 pounds. I don't know. And my little sister, she's 18. She's 5'8". I got gypped, dude.
How tall are you?
Like almost 5'6".
Okay, I'm a little over 5'6", but I say 5'7".
My guy on the train.
You know what? No, the guy,
don't say anything.
The guy on the train, I said nothing. But I'll tell you what, I knew that he was. I knew he thought I was doing something I wasn't doing. It wasn't like he just spotted me,
right?
And fucking, he really did think I was just leaning up and staring at him. So he was like, "What the fuck?"
That's good. You set the record straight then.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to. I had to just look up and like, oh no, I wasn't. That was the end. And I look down, pretend I'm texting on the fucking train, and he sees I have an iPhone. Of course, I don't get reception in the subway, so I guess that was enough to admit. I should have just mimicked the blowjob motion. That would have been fucking more masculine than the way I handled it.
Hey, I like this. Keith from Long Island. Keith, go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, guys? I'll tell you, I'm not really the super fan of MMA, but this guy's real. I like hearing him talk. He's well-spoken, and, just hearing him come in and talk like this, he's got a new fan, and I'm just trying to get the game.
You know what? That means Uriah did his job today. That's cool.
Thanks, man.
You're
I
not really
appreciate
into
that.
UFC, and you're sitting there listening to what he has to say. He just brown-nosed us. Do we give him a game?
Yeah, I would.
Do we have
of course.
Brown-nosed.
Oh, we gave him all away? We don't have another one laying around?
Go pick one up then.
I think we gave them all away, Keith, but I'll put you on hold just in case we got one laying around.
Yeah, call Best Buy and say something nice to the guy. See if he'll fucking give you one.
We should get Uriah out of here because we got Dennis Leary and Adam Ferrara coming in now.
Okay.
That's right. And he's busy doing his TV and
by the way,
else.
here's the show that Uriah's going to be on. Kenny texted me before to do the visual.
Okay.
It's A Good Day New York on Fox.
Oh, really?
This
Nice.
morning at like 9:40.
Good deal, man.
Oh, yeah. Seen that show? Of course.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Hey, this used to be Scotty Farrell's.
Oh, you know Scotty?
This used to be his office. Or his,
Is this where he was?
his room, yeah.
We
I've been
we
here a couple
redesigned
times.
this place.
Yeah, it looks a little different.
We took all our TVs from the other joint and brought them in here. The rest of the place is mad at us.
I've seen Scotty do a full-on air guitar concert by himself.
Yeah, he's out of his mind.
In this room.
Yeah, Scotty's out of his
He
fucking
got
mind.
applause from millions of people
Yeah.
that weren't really there and all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Is he still on? He's on Sirius, right? Still?
Yeah, he works when we're not here.
Where does he
so
broadcast?
We don't really run into him.
Oh,
that
I guess
much.
out of here. Okay.
Yeah, he's not too far from here.
He's a couple down.
Yeah.
I know nothing about other people on the platform. I probably should. I just don't.
Well, we're here. Keep in your own world, man.
But that's like you saying, is Liddell a fighter? Like, you know who's in your fucking game.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
By the way, I guess there's nothing, because your hand hurts. We usually get fighters to do something to me.
Yeah, that is true.
I've had guys put me...
That'd be great if you didn't say another word and he just clocked you in the face as
Yeah,
hard
don't
as
get
he
my
could
face.
knocked
And he
you out.
punched me, and he punched the gum out of my mouth. You know how humiliating it is when a man punches your gum out?
That's the move. That's the move. Let's see if you can punch the gum out of your mouth without breaking your jaw.
What have we had? Brock has put me in a fucking... what's the leg one that could really hurt you?
Like a knee bar?
That was it. And an ankle bar, and Fedor put me in a fucking... he was a sadist, though. Like, he put me in some kind of an arm
Fedor.
a couple of
He
times.
was
How about I do the
smiling.
Game Maker, which is like just basically
What's this called?
the Game Maker? This is what we should do.
Wait, he already did it?
Dude, he
already did it?
That sound was great,
What the
Jay.
hell,
That's
man?
it right there.
He took my forearm.
Wait, we didn't see it, Jimmy. What did he do? You're right. Can you do it again?
it's the
Because we
bend.
didn't really see it.
It is...
Keeping the hand down like
Now,
this.
do you do this when you're actually fighting? That fucking hurts, man. He takes your forearm and he pulls your wrist down.
Yeah.
How much of that can you take? Can you take a little more of that?
Yeah, probably a little bit more than that.
That really hurts.
Yeah.
When do you do that?
Mostly
When you're on a
mess around with
subway
your
and some
buddy.
asshole's eyeballing you.
Staring at you.
That's some Hapkido stuff. That's like the cop stuff. You know, they like grab you and do this and twist your
It's like,
arm.
all right. I'm
Yeah.
not doing anything anymore.
That really fucking caught me off guard, and it's fine now. But I mean, that was very unpleasant.
That means you can take another one, I'm thinking.
I'd prefer not to. What would you say is one you do without hurting your hand that you enjoy doing?
Well, rear naked choke would be fine. I could do that.
Who did that on me? I had that. I think it was, I want to say, Couture, rear naked choke.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. We had an epic battle.
Oh, yeah, epic.
It's funny, I saw him this week at UFC, and he wanted the rematch. You know, a couple of combatants. And I had a guillotine put on me one time, too. That was really unpleasant.
Yeah.
I think he did it. I think he...
Yeah, it hurt a lot. That really hurt. And Anderson kicked me but he wouldn't. He didn't want to kick me hard.
No.
Like he.
That's probably wise. You don't have to.
Yeah, you'd have been
kick you
fucked
hard.
up.
But it
But
hurt.
why could other guys get kicked hard by him and not... Someone said if Jimmy took a real kick from him, he could die.
He gave me. I had a headache for 2 hours after that because my head jostled.
And people just say, well, it's in the training. But
I would say, you train your whole body to understand what the heck's happening to it. And if your body has no clue, and you don't have the muscle and all the training to support, whatever's happening to you, I mean, yeah, it could be dangerous for sure. And you don't know what the proper way is to take something. Like a gymnastics chick knows how to fall from like a high place and jump around and all that crap, and we know how to get punched in the face.
You know how to prepare your body at the in a split second to maybe make it survive or whatever. Right. Because Jimmy took the kick. What was it? Maybe 15, 20%?
No.
Not even.
He gave me probably a 5%. And then a little bit. He didn't want to hurt me because he gave me one. He was he's a very soft-spoken guy.
10%?
Nah, maybe 10% on the third one, but the third one where he put a teeny bit into it. Like you believe me, wasn't trying to hurt me.
For 2 hours.
But he just kicked. He kicked, and when you look at it, it doesn't look like it hurt that much. But it's like I had never had a move jostle me
like that.
Like
a sideways whiplash.
Yeah, he probably could kill you if he kicked you in the head as hard as he could.
I'm sure.
And I don't want to, by the way, as we wrap up here, what's the name of the game? And I don't want anybody to think less of me because of that noise I made. It was more surprise than pain.
I want to hear that noise, though. It's a great one.
The game's UFC personal trainer.
And embarrassing.
We can help you out with your beach physique. And when tough guys are trying to stare at you in the subway.
Yep. Cool. I could just play that tape and they could see I can take a beating.
Understanding of how to get kicked by Anderson Silva. The UFC personal trainer will be perfect for all that stuff. So
they're begging you to put him in a scissor lock.
What is a scissor lock?
I don't know what a scissor lock is, but something squeezing.
Scissory.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be a squeezing.
That's probably fucking wrestling fans. Could you do a figure 4 leg lock? This is not fucking Greg Valentine. No, I don't want a scissor lock.
You don't want a
that
scissor
hurt.
lock?
No, that really was a go. Here's what caught me off guard. Because next time I see you, I don't want you to think like, oh, there's the pussy I meant. I want you to. I was ready.
You'll be ready for it, right?
Yeah.
Next time.
But I thought he was doing something else, and I thought we were still in the explaining stage. I didn't realize we were in the doing stage. That's like if you're talking to a girl and you're like, this is only gonna, and before you say hurt, you're fucking her. That's kind of what that was.
Yeah. That's why you went, ooh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Believe me, if I had an umbrella, I would have whacked you with it and said, you masher. I really am a fucking pussy.
All right, let's get Uriah out of here.
Thank you, brother, for coming on. And
this was a pleasure, brother.
Please,
hey, thanks for having me again, guys. I really appreciate it, and I hope you all enjoy the game. It's really a cool thing. So,
and it's Uriah Faber on Twitter. He's a good one to follow. Absolutely.
That's right. Yeah, at Uriah Faber, and check out UriahFaber.com. We get all sorts of cool videos. I'm always making spoof videos and stuff like that. They're pretty fun.
Great, man.
All right, we'll take a break. Dennis Leary and Adam Ferrara next.
Yeah.
There's a man who leads a life of danger. To everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. With every move he makes, another chance he takes. Odds are he won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man. They're giving you a number and taking away your name. Beware of pretty faces that you find. A pretty face can hide an evil mind. Be careful what you say, or you'll give it all away. Odds are you won't live to see tomorrow.
Here he goes.
Secret agent man, secret agent man. They're giving you a number and taking away your name. Is this the chorus?
Yeah.
I thought a little lead went here or something.
A little more Secret Agent Man there, right?
Yeah, but there's another verse, but I don't know when to start.
He holds the directions with his big dumb thumb moving.
Here it comes, Secret Agent.
Secret Agent Man, Secret Agent Man. They're giving you a number and taking away your name. Swinging on the Riviera one day.
Sirius XM,
You're listening to Opie and Anthony. Whether or not you're paying attention is another question.
Oh, yeah. There's the Rescue Me music.
Oh, nice.
Where is it? Oh, yeah. Do I got everyone on?
Yep.
Dennis Leary in studio. Adam Ferrara in studio.
Yes.
Hello, fellas.
It's been a while, man.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it has been.
Nice to be back.
When was the last time that we were on the show?
Probably
the
the
other
last time
studio?
we had something to sell.
No, Dennis was on recently.
Dennis was on with the Twitter book.
Oh, right.
Oh, right.
The Twitter book that took 5 minutes to read.
Yep. You're a fast reader. It took most people 14 minutes.
14 minutes was the average time.
In
I'm a
the
speed reader.
bathroom.
Right.
You know?
We said it, though. It's perfect for the
toilet
bathroom.
reading, man.
It's what it was for, baby.
Very,
That's what
very
you need on
smart.
the bowl. Just something nice, quick, funny thing to fucking read, have a few laughs. You're done.
Hey, didn't I say at the time, which was true, not only can you read it while you're in the bathroom, you can actually use the pages to wipe your ass. It was the ultimate recycling product.
The only book printed in 2-ply.
That's right. It was 3-ply, Adam.
Okay.
Right back into the environment.
December 6th was the last time he was on?
Yep.
7 months.
Holy shit.
8 months.
This
Everyone figure
place
out
gets
this.
to
How you guys doing?
What do you think?
Yeah,
Get the
no.
fuck out of here,
Same old-
Dennis.
same old
What?
shit.
How about you get us involved with something? We're done with this shit.
Yeah, you're looking to executive produce another show?
Yeah.
I'd be more than happy to.
Yeah, please, get us
We're
out of
desperate.
here.
You want to do you want to do a TV show?
I have a bunch of stuff written. Yeah.
No, we really want to just continue doing radio for the next 20 years.
So
get us the fuck out of here.
The idea of watching a Jim Norton TV show is right up my alley.
That would be good.
A half-hour Jim Norton show?
Thank you.
I love that.
Are you developing that?
It's
he's got some things.
I have a bunch of stuff. Yeah,
He's got things.
Oh, yeah.
When you say a bunch of
Books
stuff,
in
what do you mean,
order.
a bunch of ideas? Or
No. Just
you have an idea.
yeah.
So is there a way for you to work in as part of the supporting cast? O and A?
Yeah.
Or are you sick of these guys? You don't want to see them at work?
Piece, or is it a solo
Let's
effort?
say I have maybe perhaps what I've come up with. Perhaps the boys would be involved.
Oh, boy.
That's a no.
No, it's not.
That means it's our voices through a stupid
Now, you
radio
wrote down
somewhere.
here- What did you-
No.
What did you write down here?
That's what I have.
Is that a definite?
No, it's just
Is
what
that
I've
breaking news?
No. It's only what I have in my living room.
I would watch. I would watch the Jim Norton show every week.
I want to play a
It's gonna
superhero, like somebody who stops people with his man tits.
You had to bring up superhero. Dennis, that's Dennis's thing, isn't it?
What?
What, superhero?
Yeah, he's
No.
a superhero. No,
I am a superhero.
yeah, he's a superhero.
Am I?
Yes,
You see, Adam.
A super
he's
douche.
superhero. Yeah. The Celtics, congratulations on, I don't know, almost happening.
You mean the Bruins? Don't you mean the Bruins?
Well, the Bruins were, I don't want to talk that because that's my sport.
That was fantastic, man.
You're still
First
holding
time
on the
since-
Islanders flag?
72.
72.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Islanders, please.
By the
I
way,
left after Al Arbor. I said, "Yeah, I'm going to."
Yeah, there's no reason.
Nah, man, the Islanders going to be all right. I'm
what are we
saying
talking
it
about
now.
the Islanders for?
Because
We
that's
just
my
mentioned-
team.
I don't care. We just mentioned the Boston Bruins. We just won the Stanley Cup, first time in history, 3 Game 7s, 4 elimination games. I mean, come on, let's give it up a little bit.
I do give it up to the
All right,
Bruins.
we're done.
How do you react when your team wins? Are you like, because I'm not a hockey fan, but if my team hadn't won an X amount, are you a crier? Like you guy gets emotional when they win, or do you
No,
just
I don't cry.
No.
Jesus.
Crying.
Let me tell you something. When those guys, when the Miami Heat were crying, remember that in March?
yeah.
After they lost like 7 games in a row, and the coach said, "Yeah, they're in the locker room crying."
Yeah.
Listen, I cry about a lot of stuff. I have 2 kids, so I get very emotional about things that involve my kids. But I don't cry over baseball. I don't cry over hockey. I don't cry over football or basketball.
How about Argentina?
I punch things. I mean, I'll break stuff over it. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Colin Quinn invented it, and we made it into an art form years ago when the Celtics were the Larry Bird Celtics. Quinn invented the dick out rule, which was that.
Of course.
If you guys remember the heyday, that at that time it wasn't the Chicago Bulls, it was the Pistons who were constantly vying to knock the Celtics out before they got to the Lakers in the finals. So Quinn's thing was every time there was a close-up of Bill Laimbeer during a game on TV, somebody in the room had to take their dick out and put it on Bill Laimbeer's face on the TV screen. And after a while, it became like a lucky totem thing. Like we felt like if somebody didn't do it early in the game, we weren't going to win. So you'd have 5 guys sitting around my apartment in Charlestown with their pants already undone and their dicks out in case they cut to a close-up of Bill Laimbeer, which was nobody really thought about it except like when my girlfriend would come home and go, "What are you guys doing?" "Nothing."
Could you
We're waiting for a close-up of Bill Laimbeer.
Could you index the screen too, please?
By the way,
Dick prints all over the
your
screen.
girlfriend bought that story? Honey, it's all for the game.
After a while, that girl girlfriend is now my wife, and after a while, she just accepted it as rote. You know?
How did you let Colin convince? He just wanted to see your dicks. That's all. He did the same thing they did with Seinfeld. Every time George is on screen, put your dick on him.
Well, in retrospect, that's what he was doing. But at the time, anyways, I'm a crazy sports fan, but I don't cry about it.
Lambier was such an asshole. Too.
Yeah, but you know what? You would have loved to have him on your team.
I agree.
Bill Lambier was such an asshole and such a brutally physical basketball player that at the time I wanted him on the Bruins. You know, I just wanted to put some skates on him and have him go out there. You know,
wouldn't he fight his own guys in practice? Like he was a fucking.
He was a lunatic.
He was
a lunatic.
He was a fucking animal.
I hated those Pistons. Fucking Vinnie Johnson.
But they were a good team, though.
I hated them.
But Dennis is right. Isaiah? The rest of the league hates guys like that, but you definitely want a guy like that on your team.
So let's go back to what we started talking about.
Celtics.
You guys are sick of this radio show.
Done.
Well, we've been at it a while.
The radio show.
Yeah. Well, how many?
Hang on. I like doing the show.
I want to Barbara Walters these guys.
Really?
If I can get them to cry. How many years is it?
17 years. Me and
17 years.
Wow.
So
I did a
first
few
of all,
before that.
You don't feel like you want to go to 20?
No.
How long's your contract for?
What does that mean in the end?
20 years.
Who cares?
All right.
It's like a benchmark.
How long's your contract for?
Another year.
We got another year.
And can I just say this very nicely and politely?
Yeah.
What the fuck else are you going to do?
Okay,
play golf.
I remember
Enjoy my life.
after the NEW in between when I went out to see you when you were living in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
with the helicopters,
radio control helicopters.
Yeah, he's building radio control helicopters. And
I was being paid. I could give a shit.
Yeah, but then he's like, "Listen, I got guns. I could mount on here." I went, "You need a fucking job. You need a fucking job."
Yeah, it was time to get a job.
Yeah, you're trying to
back to work
Staten
again.
Island, you idiot.
You don't want to wake up every day with nothing to do.
No, but you know what it is?
How old are you
I
now?
kind of like...
How old are you now?
Oh, my God. I just hit benchmark birthday. Yeah,
what?
50.
Really? Well, come on. Let's be really brutally honest.
Yeah.
I'll be generous. I don't know you well enough. Let's say you're going to live to 75.
Yeah, okay.
That's 25 more years, which is going to go by like this.
Oh, yeah.
So
20 if you keep swimming like that.
Right, yeah. So really,
6 months if he keeps drinking like that.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
I don't know. I just don't. I hate getting up this early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, isn't that the problem? We hate getting up early when you're shooting Rescue Me, but that's the part of it.
Yeah, but that's the only part of the job.
It's like saying I hate batting practice if you're a baseball player. It's part of the gig.
Yeah.
How many months do you get up early for Rescue Me, though? That's
every month
for 3 months.
Like Monday through Wednesday, you have to. I mean, on any movie or television show, Monday through Wednesday, if you're not shooting nights, you're up at 4:30. Right. You got to be on the set, ready to block at 6 o'clock. Right?
That's crazy.
Then if you're doing nights, you're working like a vampire. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, any movie.
But then you have downtime in between the seasons and the movies.
You don't have downtime.
Right?
You know what the downtime on Rescue Me was about 2 months.
That was it?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man. You guys are working hard.
There's no easy gig in show business, man. And then you say, well, I want to do a talk show. That's the hardest gig in show business is hosting a talk show every day on television.
Yeah.
It's like this. You got to do 5 hours or 4 hours of work, then do the thing, and it disappears into the ether.
And then do it again tomorrow, bastard.
I'll tell you what you guys should do.
Be funny tomorrow.
All right, here we go.
You should help the poor and the sick. Now, listen to me. Hear me out. Hear me out. Because it sounds really cool, and it sounds like you're going to go to heaven, but you don't really have to do shit.
Really?
Because if you say right now, I'm going to spend the rest of my life helping the poor and the sick, nobody fucking cares what time you get up. You could say, and you could disappear for 6 months ago. What have you been doing? Helping the poor and the sick.
Yeah,
I was in Ghana for the last 6 months.
From noon? You wake
I
up
don't
at
want
noon?
attention. I don't want to draw attention to myself.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
It's not about me.
It's not about me.
No, it's about the poor and
the sick. And by the way, you send a little check
like
in.
that.
Nobody can deny that you help.
Every so often.
I send a check to the Ghana Relief Fund.
And then you wake up
for a while.
10:30, 11, noon, whatever.
Get up whatever time you want.
I like that.
Hey, is Adam married yet?
Damn.
Would you mind, big fella?
Weren't you engaged?
Still am. My father, actually, you see this ring?
No.
My father, my pop died, and he says, I'm not going to make it to the wedding, son, because he knew he wasn't going to make it.
Oh, Jesus.
So he leans over.
Wait a minute. That's not because he's sick. It's because he knew his son. He knew it was going to take 15 years for his son to get married.
Pop leans over and goes, you love her, you love him. He's tapping me on the head. He goes, you're married. This is the ring your mother gave to me. I'm going to give it to you. I just saved you $40,000. So
is she buying
That's
into that?
just like Joe.
We'll make it official eventually after we finish the house. Here's the way I look at it. I'm going to send out, rather than sending out an invitation, I'm sending out an explanation.
Yeah.
Like it's going to look like a wedding invitation. Like, we love each other. We want to get married, but why should you be inconvenienced? We're not going to fuck up a 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
Make you fly somewhere. Here's a picture of the blender we like. Come on over to the house.
She hates him. I saw her backstage at the first gig the other night. I mean, she loves him, but she hates him. It's like all of us who know Adam. We like him, we love him, we hate him.
She's had enough of your bullshit.
Oh my God, has she had it? Has she had it?
Adam's a
I don't think
likable-
she laughed once at one of the bits the other night. We were watching her, and we're going, she's not laughing at the bits anymore. That's because she's sleeping with him. That's what happens with Adam.
Well, when they're all about her and how horrible girlfriends are in relationships.
No, I didn't do any of that. What did I do?
Oh,
I did
yeah?
NASCAR. I did stuff about NASCAR and cars.
Oh, the girls love those.
Does it bother you that your boyish exuberance makes her want to behead you now? she loved you at one point.
You know, what started out as cute is now annoying.
He used to do this bit last year on the tour, and the thing. I don't know if you've seen the bit about how big her hands are.
Yeah, when I had to buy the ring.
You know that bit?
Yeah.
And she's got giant hands. The first night he did that bit, we were backstage, a bunch of us watching him work, and she was standing like about a foot away watching him work, and he went into she's got giant hands, which is a really funny bit.
Yeah.
Right, about the kids swimming, in the pool and only going in one direction because of the giant hands. Anyways, he's doing the bit, and we're all afraid to laugh. It was me and Lenny Clark and the band. There was like 7 guys there, and we looked at her, and she literally just held up her left hand to show us how big it was, and then put it back without looking at us. We were like, wow.
She cut to the
She's angry.
Yeah.
Angry birds.
Angry birds.
Not
Cut right to the
happy
chase.
with
Here's my
Adam.
fucking hand.
You're all wrong. She loves me.
What's the tour about? You guys are doing the.
We're only doing
right?
5 dates because I have to go back. I have to go all around America to
Helping
tour,
the poor.
to help the poor,
Yes. Help the poor,
and make
nice.
sure everybody watches the finale of Rescue Me. And so it's the briefest tour we've done, but it's the last Rescue Me comedy tour. This is
Yeah,
the last
wow.
chance to see us because I don't know if we'll get this group of guys together, and the show ends in September. So
What was the reasoning? Did you decide like that was enough, or?
First of all, 7 years,
Yeah.
which is a longer ride than we ever thought we'd get.
Yeah,
I think 7 years is when any television show should end. It'd be hard. Maybe Seinfeld. It
Yeah.
went like the 8th and 9th season. So it might be easier with a half hour to go longer, but I think 7 years is a long enough time.
For an hour,
And
sure.
it's also the 10th anniversary of 9/11. The show was built around the idea of recovering from 9/11, so it just seemed perfect.
Nice.
And we feel like we're still hopefully getting out before everybody's had enough of it.
Before it turns into Archie Bunker's place.
Exactly. That was one of my favorite shows of all time.
All in the Family was great.
And by the time,
And
let
then
me
it
tell
was,
you when that show jumped the shark. When Edith got raped.
Yeah.
Sorry, done.
That was enough.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
So-
When it got to the point where Archie was in like the bar because it was Archie Bunker's place, and he's going like, "Hey, we ought to have some tolerance there."
Yeah.
It's like, really, really.
That's the character.
Is that
I
it?
The guy has been on television so long that now you're trying to make him not a racist.
Yeah, not a racist.
And that was
guy.
that was the beautiful thing about Archie Bunker was
Yes.
that he was totally racist and hated everybody, but it always blew up in his face.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. It was the perfect show.
It was a great show.
And they wrecked it. Yeah, I guess 7 years is enough.
7 years is enough.
Well, did Jean Stapleton want to leave?
She did. She did. She wanted to
I'm
leave.
sure they didn't write
First,
her out.
Mike and Gloria left, and then she left, and then he's by himself. Listen, the guy was a great actor.
Stephanie was funny though. That when she came on,
No, you're out of your
she was.
mind.
Oh no, she made
You
the
are-
show.
You're out of your mind.
She was better. I thought.
Jimmy's being a smart ass.
She was very good.
She was very
What are you
good.
writing down?
Why don't you just say it, Adam? What's wrong with you?
Oh, very cryptic.
There's something going on. Oh, they're fighting.
The guy's writing me notes. Like I need to read more notes in my
I
life.
could bring it up. I thought it was pretty cool if we can. Your uniform.
No, I can't.
Oh,
We're not
so-
allowed to talk about
Oh,
that.
now we know there's a
So
uniform
that's why I
thing.
wrote you a note.
Yeah, I know.
But now we know
commercials.
it's a
Go
good
to a
thing.
commercial
No,
so
no,
you can
now we
have
know commercials.
Now we know
You
there's a
fuck.
uniform thing, Adam.
Yeah, we can't talk about it on the air. They asked us not to. They want to surprise people.
Okay, fine.
I was going to say one other thing, though, when we were talking.
I also have
Stephanie?
about 9 episodes.
Wow, you
I'd like
just
to
threw
pitch in.
Dennis off. It's not easy to throw Dennis
I got
off.
Alzheimer's now, so well,
Stephanie,
terrible.
Which was Stephanie from All in the Family,
Stephanie
how I
and-
felt
and
she was
Tolerance.
terrific. Tolerance. Her and
Stephanie
cousin
and-
Oliver.
This
had a
show
great
is
show.
so disorganized. I'm offended by your lack of preparation.
Lack of preparation, lack of keeping things on track.
I know.
You're right.
Aren't you supposed to be in charge of that?
Supposed to
Tell
be.
Adam to stop
Happened.
writing your notes.
No, Adam was
Oh,
right. That
that's
was a
true.
good question. What are you pulling out now? What are you looking at?
The Rescue Me.
The Rescue Me book?
Oh.
I really don't know. I think it's just for the media. I thought like
he's
other
so
people could buy
bored.
this.
He reaches over and grabs a book.
This is
no, I got it. I understand now. I didn't know what you were doing.
I'm not even sure if we're supposed to promote it because I don't think anyone could get that.
No, that's a press book. It's
a really nice press book.
I know.
It's nicer than your Twitter book.
Oh, shit.
You motherfucker. You filthy, dirty, rotten motherfucker. Yeah, my book was 2-ply. That's 3-ply. You son of a bitch.
Hey, you took your shot at us.
It is actually nice.
With that book.
It is nice.
This is really nice.
You know, that's going to be a collector's item because that wasn't sold in stores.
Yeah.
Fuck, all right.
You know?
I'm trying to think of where I can get it signed.
Look at Adam.
Side, like there.
Adam, look at you.
Look at that.
Look at Adam.
Wow. Ferrara.
Look at all gruff. You look gruff in that one.
Gruff.
Hey, you know, if you play your cards right,
yeah,
and you're nice to Jim Norton, maybe he'll put you on the Jim Norton show.
I'm always nice to Jim Norton.
Oh, have you?
I've always been nice to
Well,
Jim
you saw a head when you first met Jim.
I knew. I said, listen,
talented kid.
How long can I ride this Irish kid?
Yeah.
So after this runs out,
oh,
that's right.
please.
You're jumping from Dennis to Jimmy.
Adam will be just fine. Adam will be just fine. He's the only one that got a show about cars, and he knows nothing about cars.
How can you say that after the brakes we fixed on the car and all the...
Using his father's chamois
to
fucking
funny?
Clean oil off of
We did
dipsticks.
it. We did the... I think I sent you the picture of us in the
a good
the
chamois
trophy trucks.
My good chamois.
That picture I sent you, me and the trophy trucks, and we drummed the trophy trucks. So the guy's taking us around the trophy trucks, and these little Mazda engines in these trucks, and he's explaining how the suspension works, and he's going into detail. I went, I have no idea what that means.
No, it's not.
You don't need to know.
No, I don't. I get in and I drive.
Just let me start it up. I'm gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I jumped the caddy last year, and they go, dude, how did you know what speed to go? I said,
just hit the gas.
I just hit it. I just landed.
What do you really need to know?
That is true. You just step on the gas pedal. It's a skinny one on the right.
If it stops,
that's it. That's it. And then you got to know where you got to know where you live.
Yeah.
Right? That's basically it.
The best thing that helped
where
me
you
in
live and where
cars-
you work. That's all you need to know.
The best thing that helped me was GPS because I have Amelia Earhart sense of direction.
Oh, you have
I'm
always
terrible.
been the worst.
Really?
Where am I?
I have no idea. I would call
And this
them
was
up.
Can
pre-cell
I say
phone.
something else? This
Yeah.
is a private thing that I just realized that we can make public.
Go ahead.
And it's one of those things you cannot fix.
Okay.
What?
It's like it's like when a guy goes out and picks up his first baseball and throws. He's either lefty or righty. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Right. You can teach him to bat from both sides of the plate, but once it's a natural thing. I've never driven in a car with Adam, where I wasn't driving, where Adam was driving.
Yes, you have.
Hang on a second, let me tell the story, cocksucker. We're I think the first Rescue Me comedy tour, and this is like, I've known Adam for years, you know what I mean? I consider him not just a good friend, but like really kind of a guy that's always going to be my friend, right? So Adam is not driven with me in the car. So we're doing Philly, and I forget what the next date was, but Adam and I had to split, literally like do a Beatles thing, come off the stage, go into the alleyway, get in the truck, and drive back to New York. I think we were doing a Rescue Me premiere the next day, and we had to be on the radio and stuff. So we literally, I wrap it up, we sing the asshole song, bring everybody back out, good night everybody, walk off stage, we each grab the sandwich from the backstage food, we get in, I think it was your truck?
We rented a truck, I think.
Yeah, and we drive out, right? Now, in the streets of Philly, and now we're on the highway, right?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, Adam's talking to me, and I realize Adam is one of those guys that's driving 90 miles an hour, which is fine, because that's how fast I drive.
Yeah.
While if he's talking to me, he has to look at me.
Yeah, he's the
So
looking
I'm
guy.
eating a sandwich, and he's literally he's like 90 miles an hour in a fast lane. When he's talking to me, he's looking at me. Dennis, and I'm one of those guys. I never take my eyes off the road. And I'm going, hey, pal. Watch the road. He goes, I got it. Don't worry about me and the road and everything. It was unbelievable.
That is the frightening thing when people will look at you. I don't mind going fast.
What the
like
fuck
you
are you looking at me
but
for? I'm
looking
right
at the
here.
road.
What do you need to see?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what the expression is on my face if you feel like you can't read it from my words. Keep your eyes on the road.
I'm like Adam.
Yeah, you
I have
too?
to look.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not me, man. I don't
Drives
look.
my wife nuts. She's
You
like,
could
stop
take
looking.
your pants off and start jerking off in the shotgun seat. I'll see it out of the corner of my eye, but I do not need to look at you while you're doing
got the
it.
good peripheral.
Yeah, it's important we get there alive. I don't care what you do in the
We
shotgun
were
seat.
fine. It was just the highway. We had a police escort to the highway, so all the turns were already done.
No.
Straight.
We've had that.
They could clean you
Let's
up.
not have a discussion about it.
Okay, fine. You want me to write you another note?
We've had the police escort. Philly's good that way.
they're really good.
How great
Philly
is
rolls
that?
like
That's
that, yeah.
great.
Yeah.
They had to go full sirens at 5 in the morning to get us to do morning radio.
Unless they put you in the
nice.
back seat of the patrol cars that are just those they could hose off the puke seats.
Yeah, and they're
where
this
they're
big with no
plastic,
leg room.
and you're sliding back and forth because the cops are smart ass around the corners. I've had that one.
They have their own rules down there.
Yeah,
Philly. Oh, yeah.
Philly's really cool.
Philly fucking rocks.
That's where I sent you that picture. I think it was really cool of your name and the Rolling Stones on the same.
You're the one who sent me that.
Yeah,
Thank you, Adam.
You're the one that came in.
That's pretty cool.
Afterwards.
We did. I did a gig the week after the Stones, and
why is everybody being so fucking nice to each other this morning?
I know. This is really pleasant.
I know.
We're nice people. I think that we're just
you're
nice
the
people.
asshole.
We're
nice.
angry masks.
Oh yeah, just me.
Yeah, you're the asshole. We're nice people, Dennis.
Yeah, okay. That's a pretty cool thing. Your name in the Rolling Stones, man.
Yeah,
that's
although
once in a lifetime.
it was
I'm sure they're real happy about it.
They were. Mick actually asked me for a copy. Go fuck yourself.
Get your own copy.
Yeah, get your own copy.
Call Adam. He might have another one.
But they said Rolling Stones sold out, and then Jim Norton. I wasn't sold out. But that really bothered me. I wished it would have.
No, my favorite was in the bathroom there at the Paul McCartney show when Ron Wood and
Keith Richards.
And Keith Richards. I was just getting up to take a piss.
Right.
And when I walked in the bathroom, I noticed Ron Wood and Keith Richards walk in.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no one else in the bathroom. I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool.
Yep.
Pissing with the Stones. And like a Kramer entrance, Jimmy comes through the door. Because I guess he saw them get up.
No, I followed Keith down. I didn't know that Ron was there. I knew Keith was there. I'd already got a picture with him. But I followed Keith down to get another picture with him.
Yeah.
Why did you have to have another picture with him?
Keith Richards.
But,
not Keith the cop. It's Keith Richards.
But you're not satisfied with the one picture with Keith Richards. You want to go for the second picture.
You have no idea.
A man who carries a knife in his boot, and you want to get a second picture in the men's room. Yeah, he does.
No, I had to go and I snapped it of us as he was walking in. I got him and Ron Wood that way.
Did he know that the picture was being taken?
Yeah. I said, Keith, have a picture. And they was like, excuse me, sir. I was like, shut up, fucking publicist twat. And I fucking held the camera out. Fucking got it.
Let's just take that moment in time. Fucking publicist twat.
He's one of the Stones, madam.
Yeah, you mean nothing to me right now. Shut up.
Yeah, I don't care what you say.
Right. What do you do for a living? I'm a publicist twat.
Yes.
I work for Jim Norton.
On the new Jim Norton show.
I can't believe you actually thought I need a second picture.
Well, he's going to show you the picture now.
I don't know if I have it with me. But Anthony, tell him what happened, because I saw Anthony in the
oh yeah, the urinal.
Bathroom.
Well, he sucked my dick, and then he
Here's
took
the
a
first
picture.
Keith Richards picture.
Long story short.
Yeah, long story short.
It's a good shot, right?
Let me see.
It's a nice shot.
Awesome.
It is cool.
Look at that.
That's a cool shot.
I love Keith. Did you read the book?
No, I have it, but I've not read it.
What, are you crazy? How could you not read the book?
I hear it's
I'm going to erase this picture from your phone right now.
Please don't.
You're not a real Keith Richards fan.
Erase it.
You're out of your mind. You're not a Stones fan?
I'm a hacky Stones fan, in the way I'm a hacky Beatles fan. Like, I love a lot of the things that everybody else loves, but I'm not like a Sabbath fan. Like, I'm a Sabbath fanatic. I'm not a Stones
I am
fanatic.
erasing this picture from your phone.
Why?
You goddamn son of a bitch. You don't like the Rolling Stones enough to be a true Rolling Stones fan, and you're chasing Keith Richards for a second picture into the men's room?
I would ask fucking Casey Anthony for a picture if she walked in the room. It's just, no, I fucking, I love As Tears Go By on the Ed Sullivan Show. It's one of my favorite Stones songs.
That's a little deeper.
Yeah. I don't just like, there's a great Under My Thumb from the
That's a
fucking
little better
60s
than
I like.
Satisfaction.
My favorite rock group of all time.
Stones?
Are they?
Yeah.
Favorite
What's your
song?
favorite song?
I could not pick a favorite song.
How about a quick top
Can
five
I just tell
list?
you one thing? I'll tell you one thing right now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a lot of things, but I'll tell you one thing right now. You dirty.
In the fucking men's room.
Okay. All right. I got it.
Yeah, me and the boys in the men's room.
Oh yeah.
You take pictures like that, Dennis?
No, I don't do that shit.
Did you used to?
Come on, have you ever?
No, I have people. I'm one of those guys that people come in the men's room and try to take a picture of me.
We understand how big you are, but
I don't like to bother those guys. Plus, I'm such a huge Stones fan. I wouldn't know which Stone to pick first because you know what I mean.
Who have you met that you regret not taking a picture? Like
I don't.
I met Pryor once, and I got an autograph, but I didn't get a picture. And Kinnison, and I'm like, I got signatures, but I'm like, I wish I would have done pictures back then, because that'd be a cool photo to have.
I did. I actually. This is like one of my biggest things. See, this is the kind of shit that means more to me than the picture.
Yeah.
Is Pryor asked me to read his autobiography and to give him a quote for the back.
Oh wow!
That was like,
that's a big one.
because that was my comedy hero, and so that. But no, I'm not a big picture guy.
How cool was it when you walked back and Keith Richards was playing the Asshole song?
Yeah, that was pretty
What?
cool. Yeah, I was doing. It's a long story short. And the Voodoo Lounge tour. Very long. Ted Demme and I got hired by the Stones. We were going to make a film of that tour. which was very long, convoluted. We had to follow them around for ages on the tour, and we had to travel with them.
So you got to know all of them.
Yeah, I got to know Mick more than most of the guys because he's the business guy. But anyways, the first day that we were there, it was a long, involved process of them trying to figure out what they wanted to do and us having to hang around. Which, by the way, having to hang around with the Stones, one of the greatest 3 weeks of my life. But anyways,
what a drag.
Long story short, the first night I'm with Mick, he's warming up his voice, and he goes, "Will you go?" I don't know what Keith wants to talk about, but he wants to talk about some stuff before the show tonight because when we go to the after party, it's not a great time to talk business. And I'm like, but before the gig is? So anyways, we go back to the dressing room, we walk in, and Keith and as I open the door, I'm thinking it's just a practical joke. They're playing the Asshole song, and I thought it was set up by Mick, but actually Keith and at the after party after that gig, they sat down with me and Chris Phillips and were like, "Man, how did you guys come up with the Asshole song?" And I'm telling you, I couldn't talk. Chris goes, "Well, one night in my apartment." I'm going, this is Ron Wood and Keith Richards asking us how we wrote the Asshole song?
Yeah, wake up, dude. Realize
Maybe
what's going on here.
Maybe I gotta tell you,
about a few songs you wrote.
And we all know this to be true, but one thing, when you watch those guys do rehearsal and sound check every day over and over again, that band, like any of those bands, the fucking guys are so good at what they do. And just... there's a reason they're one of the top rock bands, if not the one in the history of rock and roll. They're fucking great. Mm-hmm. They're fantastic.
Do you have a picture with the band, as a band? Did you had to get one shot?
No.
You didn't?
I have pictures because I went up on stage and introduced them one night. All that crap. So I've got all those professional photographer pictures. So
like in the old days, though.
I don't want to ask them to sign stuff and all that. I don't do that. I do that with sports guys.
Oh, you do? Like the MTV days, before you made it, you had to have been like starstruck with some of these people. Huh?
My greatest funny starstruck early career story. I just told it to him in the dressing room.
Mark Goodman.
Hey, we had Nina Blackwood on.
Oh boy,
in here
Nina Blackwood.
She was amazing.
Yeah. How's she doing?
She's out of her fucking mind.
Very nice.
She's nuts. Why are we being nice?
She was nuts.
Well, I don't think she was necessarily wired correctly back in the day.
She's living in Maine in a tiny, tiny little town in the middle of nowhere.
Why?
She likes Maine.
She wanted to get out of
She wanted to get the
hustle
fuck out of
bustle.
L.A. So she picked this tiny town in Maine.
That's as far from L.A. as you can get in America.
Yeah.
Wow.
And her mailman's a huge fan of our show, I guess. What was his name?
See, there you
Tiny
go.
Or something?
Stephen Tiny.
Hi, Tiny.
Stephen Tiny?
Fucking Frank the Rapist.
Yeah, Tiny's listening right
One
now,
more
so.
reason for you guys to stay on the radio.
For Tiny.
So that Stephen Tiny doesn't snap and kill Nina Blackwood in the woods in Maine.
So what was the story? You were early on, or who'd you meet? That you got starstruck.
Yeah, you had a story, and then he said Mark Goodman.
You said it was you just told Adam in the dressing room.
Just told him the dressing room.
Dressing room.
The Clapton one?
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Oh,
Clapton.
That's
you have a
big.
Clapton story?
I have a Clapton story. So we're at the... it's kind of a Clapton story.
Right.
Well, I'm at the MTV Awards the first time I do it, which is probably 92 or something, 93. And I'm presenting with Cindy Crawford, but my band is also playing the Asshole song, which was like, big hit at the time. So Chris Phillips from the band is with me, and we're backstage. They have a big green room, which is where everybody hangs out before you go up to do your thing on stage. That was when Tears from Heaven, Eric Clapton, right?
Yeah.
So we're backstage. I mean, literally, that room is jam-packed. Magic Johnson, Mick Jagger, Eric Clapton, every giant rock person you can think of, and show business person is in this room.
Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. Right? I mean, everybody. Right? So,
Ernest.
I have a great Van Damme story. I have a great Van Damme story. I just realized from that night.
Come on.
Did Magic Johnson have like half the room to himself? Everybody's crammed on one
They
side.
still didn't really understand it
Yeah,
yet.
they still did not understand
Turn it
it.
off.
So anyways, we're sitting there, and Eric Clapton comes over and to tell me and Chris that he is a big fan. He saw No Cure for Cancer, and he loved the Asshole song. So that's pretty big, right? Wow. Now, all through that night, the only asshole people in that green room, Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love, and not so much the other guys, but Kurt Cobain has security guards. He won't talk to anybody. It's literally everybody's going like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? You got every giant rock star in the world in this room, right? He's a total asshole backstage, probably high on heroin. Anyways, this is the night they go on stage. And at the end of the song, what's his name? Throws the bass up, and it comes down and hits him in the face. Now, if you remember, we're in the green room, we're watching the live feed, right? It hits him in the face, they cut the commercial. I mean, literally, it was so quick that people were sitting there going, did that Guitar just hit him in the face. 2 seconds later, walking through the green room with a thing of ice on his face. He's bleeding, and 2 medical people lead him through the room. And Eric Clapton and all the rock stars start laughing their asses off. That was when I went wow, talk about payback.
Who got hit in the face? Cobain did?
No, the bass player.
Yeah. Chris Novoselic.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Oh,
that was also the
man.
night they had. We had an extra chair at our table, and Jean-Claude Van Damme walks in, and he's got 90 people with him, right? And he comes over to our table, and we had this one extra chair, and he goes, "Excuse me, is this chair busy?" And Chris Phillips goes, "No, if it was plaid, it would be busy." Everybody laughs, right? Eric Clapton, Cindy Crawford, Jean-Claude Van Damme doesn't get the joke, and he gets rip shit. He's staring at Chris. Chris goes, "Go ahead, you can take the chair." He just didn't get it.
He didn't get the joke.
That's great.
I love Jean-Claude Van Damme. I really miss him. Those movies were him and Steven Seagal, man. Those were my favorite. Those are the funniest comedy action movies of all time.
Yeah.
When he played the twins, Van Damme, he was the good guy and the bad guy. What was the name of that one? Double something.
That sounds
And
horrid.
Seagal, man, Seagal was the best.
Yeah.
By the time he was fat and he had the giant Indian jacket on, he was saving the Michael Caine was the oil baron up in Alaska. Remember that one? Oh my God!
With his ponytail, and he was fat.
He was
so
400 pounds.
He had to wear that long.
It was
leather.
awesome. Did you guys hear his blues album?
No.
Oh, come on.
He's got a blues album?
He's got a blues album. We put it out 5 years ago. Of him.
We did actually. I think we
might have.
I think you're right.
I think we tracked through it and really just had fun with it.
Yeah, I think we did. Destroy that.
God, I loved him.
Is he a good singer?
He's all right. I really want him to make an action singer about a giant 400-pound ponytail blues / karate guy.
We can't really.
I think it'd be awesome.
He was kind of a sheriff.
Yeah, he was kind of a sheriff. So what would the title of that movie be?
Douchebag.
You try karate chopping a salad, you fat bastard. Did we do Rescue Me Justice? I mean, what are we going to see?
I want to ask Dennis a question about that.
Rescue Me?
What about Rescue Me? What do you want to say?
Well,
final season starts next week.
But what
9 episodes. Last
13.
2 episodes are extra fat because it's a double finale.
Right.
And I hope everybody likes the ending. It's too late for us to change it.
Sure.
It's not going to be some fucking Journey song, is it?
No, we don't go to black.
No, it's Rush.
All right.
right.
Yeah.
No, it's
depends on which Rush song.
It goes to Black.
Don't do Roll the Bones.
YYZ and Fade to Black.
Yeah, a little YYZ would roll.
What's it to the heart? Why such a love of firemen? Like somebody in your family? Maybe you've told the story. I don't know, but you do the Comics Come Home.
It's a heavy story, bro.
It's for firemen. Like you have
No,
a
it's
love.
not. Comics Come Home is for the Cam Neely
I'm sorry.
Cancer Foundation.
But you've done other charity stuff for firemen, right?
Yes.
Okay.
My cousin Jerry Lucy was a firefighter in Worcester, Mass. Was his lifelong dream growing up. And he actually became a fireman in our old neighborhood, as did another kid from our neighborhood, Tommy Spencer. And they both perished in a fire. It's kind of a famous fire at the time in Worcester, Mass. December 3rd, 99, the cold storage warehouse fire. 6 firemen were killed. My cousin Jerry and his partner went in with about 250 other firemen to clear out this warehouse because they thought they knew there were homeless people in there, and then Jerry and his partner got stuck, and Tommy Spencer, how to describe the bravery of any of these guys, but Tommy Spencer and 3 other guys went back in to look for him, and the building blew up. But anyways, that's where it started to help, because then firefighters, I've said it a million times, but it bears saying it again, they've never go on strike. So when somebody like Mayor Bloomberg wants to cut the budget in any city, any mayor, they cut firemen first because there's not going to be a strike.
Why won't there be? They're not allowed to, or they just don't do it?
They won't do it. They care too much about what they do. So it's the easiest group of people to say, yeah, we're taking 20 firehouses away, whatever. So anyways, any given urban fire department needs help. So my aim was to raise money, not just to help the families left behind, but to actually go to the guys in individual fire departments, Worcester, Boston, New York, and say, if we gave you guys $250,000 or whatever it is, what would you want us to buy or build? Because listen, I've said it a million times again, I'll say it again. If there was a fire in this building right now, these guys would come in and get us. Now, I think if you have kids, I do, I can easily imagine trying to run into a building to save my kids if they were in there. But we're talking about guys that literally will come in to save us. They don't know us.
They do it
Actually,
for strangers.
People who know us, I can't believe would come in and get us.
right,
You know what I mean?
Like,
So I just think they're
guy.
I think they're the greatest. You know, so,
I don't understand what motivate like the fucking balls it takes.
Yeah, it really
to do that.
It's astonishing.
And it's amazing that these stupid cities would cut. There's nothing more important than
I
putting
know.
a fire out.
I know.
When there's a fire, there's
5
nothing more
levels
important
of redundant management with the transit.
shit.
Why would
I know.
just leave them there? The
I know
fucking
it's really.
subway.
I mean, listen, man.
It's ridiculous.
The guys who serve in the military, you know, in defense of this country, we all love and admire, and obviously that in itself is an amazing thing.
Yeah.
But I put firemen right in that same category, and a lot of these guys, especially in FDNY, a lot of these guys have worked as firemen and gone and served in Iraq and come back in Afghanistan and come back home again. They're not like us. I mean, that's what the Rescue Me was about. Really, was about what these guys are like and how they try to recover from a huge event, a huge tragic event. But just on a day-to-day basis, I don't care who he is or who she is. If they're working as a firefighter in any, you know, circumstance, I automatically just go, "Hey, hats off, man!" Because it's balls of steel.
It's
balls of steel. There's no other way to describe it, man. I don't give a shit how well or how poorly they may have done it today. It's just the fact that you're doing it to me is, I just can't can't wrap my mind around it.
Chicks love to fuck firemen. That's one thing. That's
you see that in Rescue Me.
Payback.
Actually, that's the name of my next book.
Chicks love to fuck firemen. Because there is that brave and protect thing that's an instinct thing. Women fucking love. Of all the professions, I think they voted that the sexiest profession.
Yep.
Whereas comedian was right above child rapist on the sexy fucking profession.
I love
Well,
the sense of humor in a man.
Below,
No, you
actually.
don't.
Yeah, actually, below.
Yeah, I've saved the burning building. Knock, knock. Which one are you going to fuck?
Yeah.
Adam, how many seasons have you done now?
I came on at the end of 3. So
Wow, really?
Yeah. So
Was it really the end of 3?
End of 3. So I did 4, 5.
Jesus Christ!
Listen, I'm not here to blow smoke up his ass. I got to tell you, we brought him in out of the blue because we had this character in our back pocket. And we were like, we're going to write this guy the way every guy on Rescue Me is. Like, he's going to do comedy, he's going to do drama. He came in his first day, and it was like a pretty big, giant scene, giant monologue thing with Tommy Gavin.
Right.
And we were like, listen, we have an easy day today, kind of, so you can take as many stabs at it as you want. And he came in, he nailed it on the first one. And we were all looking at each other like,
Jesus.
Holy shit. He was kind of a go-to guy, man. He was gold. He was gold.
It was fun to do.
It was a blast.
Look at that there.
That's the thing that's what I'm gonna miss.
Mr. Fabersham.
It's like working with the guys.
Well, it's like when you go to another show and everything, and they're not used, because we'll see like the guest stars that show up, and it's an entirely different show, and like we'll be fucking around, and all of a sudden we do the scene, and was it Jerry when we
from The Sopranos, Jerry Adler, when he came to Rescue Me, his first day he was like, This is crazy, because people improv, we do a lot, and the guy, especially the Firehouse guys, when you had a scene and you might say like, listen, you guys, that middle section there isn't that good, so just play around with it. They turn the cameras on. You got 3 cameras running. You got 8 guys in the scene.
Yeah.
Adler's first day, we did the first 2 takes, and people were just improvising in it, right? And he was looking at us. He just come from like 7 years on The Sopranos, and he went, what the hell's going on? What kind of show is this?
why do you bother writing it down?
I know. He had his pages, and we were like, no, forget the pages.
Just get
into character and be ready for anything.
I highlighted my stuff.
Yeah.
Who was he on The Sopranos?
He was Hesh. He was great. He's a great actor, man. He was so good.
That's funny.
I tell you, on Rescue Me, man, he became gold as well.
And that speech we did down at 9/11.
You've got a great storyline with him this final season.
Yeah.
Which is great.
That ended,
some great scenes with Jerry Adler.
Did it get emotional when the whole thing was ending?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
You guys all just get really sad and shit?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Also, the storyline that happens in the course of the last season, without giving anything away, is incredibly.
Yeah, you gotta know.
It's incredibly emotional.
The way the show came in,
so storyline's emotional, and then it's your final season.
Yeah, that's
gotta be brutal.
There's some really heavy stuff that goes on. Plus, like, I know I'm going to see Adam, and I know I'm going to see Skirty and Lenny. You know what I mean? Like, these guys, and I'm going to write more parts for them, and hopefully they're going to write, like, we're just kind of locked up together for the rest of our lives.
Right.
But, there's a big chunk of that cast.
We'll never see again, really.
Well, I don't know if we will, because, like, already, Sanjata is in Batman, and he's on Grey's Anatomy. Stephen Pasquale is shooting a pilot for USA. Callie Thorne has her own series on USA. I mean, they're good actors. I know Skirty has turned stuff down. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to get gobbled up. So that was the worst part, is going like, damn, they were so good, these guys and these chicks. And that's a once in a lifetime sometimes, you know what I mean? So that's what I miss, is just going like, wow, that guy hit a grand slam. Now I got to run around the bases too, you know?
How's our pal Lenny doing?
Doing great. He's on Chelsea Handler's new sitcom.
We haven't seen Lenny Clark in a while, man.
Yeah, he looks different.
I know. Every time we see him, he's different.
I gotta tell you, man, he is really funny on that show. I saw the pilot that they picked up.
He's just
him and Chelsea. Yeah. He plays the dad. She plays her older sister.
Wait, she's gonna have another show. So it's not
NBC, right?
Yeah, it's an NBC show.
And she's got the talk show. She's got the after talk show.
Yeah, now this is based on her first book.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And Lenny's in it. Oh, I didn't even know
He's the dad. He plays her father.
Oh, that's got to be
So if you know her books and you know what her stories about her dad are like, Lenny's playing that guy.
Oh, perfect.
It's pretty funny.
Good for Lenny.
Lenny's funny.
He lost a shitload of... Well, you saw him up at
home. Yeah.
He's in shape. He's not just lost weight. Lenny's in shape.
Yeah, he's in fighting shape.
That is odd,
See, that's what I need. Like,
he was a huge guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
he lost it a few times, right? Didn't he get back a couple times?
And then it would come back.
He was really big. When we were doing The Job, he was really big, and he had
I like that job, by the way.
That was a great show.
I really did like that show as well.
He had a kidney stone where he had to keep shooting, so they gave him medicine, and he's close to 300 pounds, and we're walking down, we're walking down the stairs. He's all doped up, walking down the stairs to go see Otto and George at Caroline's. You know those stairs at Caroline? And the pill kicked in, and he started...
Oh, God.
And I got to keep him... It's like walking a drugged rhino.
Oh, shit.
Just down the stairs.
It was worse. Yeah. He's a big boy.
But now he's like 160 pounds, 170 pounds.
What? Wait, is that what?
Oh, yeah. No. He's 100, and the other night backstage, I asked him, his fighting weight really back in the day when we were younger was probably $190. So I think
less than that.
No, he's $195. Because Lenny's less than, Kenny's less than him, and Kenny's Kenny's $180, I think.
He's really, really skinny.
Yeah, he doesn't need to lose any more weight.
No, he looks muscular. He works out a lot. He's kind of he's gotten into that meaning like he goes, God, hit my stomach, and like he's in fucking like he's a hard stomach.
Houdini died.
Yeah,
don't do that. Don't do that to Lenny.
But he fucking got addicted like he was to food to fucking working out. And it's like once you make that switch, fuck man, it's a good one to make.
It is a good one to make.
Would you want to go back to a network show, or do you like the cable things like FX and stuff? Because
I would as a producer.
Yeah,
and I'm trying. I'm dying for the next. 3-camera show that works on television that is pretty good and will just manufacture money for me that I don't have to be in. So I'm trying. I signed a bunch of people, and I'm developing some stuff with some guys.
Right.
I got some cable half hours that I'm doing. Guys like Jim that are really talented that I kind of want to get a really good quality show.
Sure, yeah.
But right now I'm back in. I'm taking it easy. I'm doing some movies.
Because the idea that
I love television, I really do. I love writing for it. I love acting in it. So I'm not saying I won't go back, but for right now, I'm gonna ride the Spider-Man thing until that ends. And I got Ice Age 4. I'm gonna ride that till Ice Age 9.
Yeah,
I'm talking to him. I'm saying, listen, there's no reason we can't bring these Ice Age characters like through the Civil War into Vietnam. I mean, I just want to ride the gravy train for a little bit. You know what I mean?
Can only imagine what you bought with that money, the Ice Age money.
I know the Ice Age money, and now hopefully the Spider-Man. That's three. That's 3 movies.
Big.
I know. I ride that. I know.
How do you
of
think
all the guys, Spider-Man? I thought I would never be.
That's huge.
You know.
How do you think Rescue Me would have worked without the freedom that you have on FX though?
Who knows? You can't answer the question, right? I mean, they were
just a hunch though, because you guys were able to cover material, use real language, stuff like that. I watch network shows on CBS and NBC and stuff, and you want them to take it further.
Yeah, but you know what the more important thing is, because going into network that you can't. It's like making a PG movie versus an R, right?
Right.
So you know that. That's a given. When you go to cable, I don't care about the language and behavior. That's what you want. You can have as much of that as you want. If you don't get marketed the right way, that's movies and television and records, man. That's like people have to know you're out there, and that's the thing. FX was not only were they great creatively for us, but the fact that they marketed it. And HBO markets well. People have to know when your show's on, what it's about, and how to find it.
And you put FX on the map, let's be honest.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
I didn't know FX until Rescue Me.
They were there from the beginning with FX, almost like you are associated with FX being so.
What did they have before you? I don't even remember.
The Shield and Nip Tuck.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, and the Shield was just taken off, and Nip Tuck was just starting.
Fair enough.
So we really, unless Chickless had agreed to do the Shield, that was the big thing for them, because that was a quality show, and they needed an actor who could really pull it off.
I just feel like you brought Rescue Me into everyone's, living rooms.
I know, but we wouldn't have done that without Chickless. And
I didn't realize FX did.
Chickless was that was an amazing show.
Yeah, you're right.
And Nip Tuck,
I didn't realize that was FX.
You're right. I didn't either. Though.
Yeah, so we were very lucky that they already had those two. They knew they had already marketed the Shield and done well, and Nip Tuck they were beginning, and it was a hot show. So we really lucked out.
I find it hard. I find it hard though just to watch anything on ABC or NBC or
it's
CBS.
It's fucking horrendous.
And I understand what you're saying.
It's tough.
It's
tough.
like, all right,
but it's a different
PG
tone,
and
too.
R. But sometimes they try to pull off an R show. Yeah. But
see what they're better off is
some of the elements.
And this is, again, this is like one of the most difficult things in the world, I think, is to take a comic sensibility like Seinfeld or Ray Romano, the two best examples, and actually make the thing translate into television and then make it great. Because Seinfeld is a great show, and much like Jerry's stand-up, they do risque things, but it never involves language.
Right.
You never feel like you're being right.
It's content,
it fits.
though.
And
the same with Ray.
Yeah.
And that same Ray show was fantastic, and they did some controversial things, but they weren't considered controversial because it goes through Ray's filter.
Yeah.
Like when his wife has the baby in the back of the taxi cab, and his brother, the cop, is with him. So the whole comedy of that is that his brother has to be staring
at his
down,
wife's
and they pull it off, and it works. So it is when they do stuff like, hey, let's try to be cable. It's never going to work.
It's because you have the juxtaposition, and Dennis asked me if I could get juxtaposition into a conversation. I decided I could do it.
Congrats.
Of cable.
What is it, $40?
And you used all your tiles.
And cable with regular. It's like there's too much cable now.
What's your show going to be?
Comparison.
Cable. Basic cable. Premium.
I want it to be on. It's got to it has to be cable. I wouldn't even pitch to network.
Okay.
I would never. My manager wanted me to pitch to network. I said no.
So what network?
I don't know which network. I know that FX is a great network. HBO is a great network. Showtime. There's a bunch of now there's a bunch of places for shows.
Yeah.
Netflix is a real option because Chappelle is doing something. Fucking Stars because Albrecht is fucking great there. IFC, A&E is doing stuff. They're not doing comedies, but there's a lot of places.
It's opening up again,
Yeah, and a lot of them are owned by the same parent company, so you get advertising on different platforms too.
Right.
It's not just the same one.
As soon as somebody cracks the mold where you can have it, where you can go online and subscribe to the Jim Norton show and have it pumped to your computer every week, everything is going to change.
Nobody knows. My kids don't know what number or where these networks are. They just know the shows and they watch them download. They watch them on their computer or they download them to the TV. So if you say like, "Hey, what that new show that you're talking about? What network is that on?" They go, "I don't know," but it's you can get it off of
Hulu or whatever,
computer.
right?
I remember having to be home at a certain time to watch a show.
That's because you're
old. Yes.
My birthday is this month, by the way.
How old are you going to be?
43.
Jesus.
Oh, Jimmy.
How's the hip?
Hip is fine. Tits and stomach, not so good.
Well, Uriah Faber gave you some help on that.
Yes, he did. He taught me how to work
Jimmy
out.
doesn't like taking his shirt off at the beach.
No, I like to do the elliptical machine.
He doesn't.
I like to play my fucking chess app and fucking do the elliptical
You
machine.
play chess
while you're
Love
working
chess.
out?
Did you see the Bobby Fischer documentary?
Of course, sure.
Well, holy fuck. I'm not even a chess guy remotely. I don't play chess.
Yeah.
That fucking thing was amazing.
I love Bobby Fischer. I cried when he died. It's fucking. He's one of my lifelong idols. Even though he was crazy, he did that genius. There's a price you pay. That's all there is to it. But they said that like when those guys play, like Kasparov would play, when they would play championship games, it's the equivalent mentally of doing the New York Times crossword puzzle in your head. Like that's the level of brilliance you need to figure out what they're doing.
That's two things I'm not doing.
Outside my box.
So how are you interested in this?
I can't do a crossword puzzle.
Me neither.
If I do a phone call that's longer than like 6 minutes, I have such bad ADD. I start going. I can't do it. Yes, I mean, watching the Bobby Fischer movie, I can't. I don't even know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a remarkable story, but my head would explode early. Early in the match.
I always blow
the pawn gets moved, my head explodes.
I don't know what to do.
Larry's head has exploded. Am I white or am I black? Which one am I, white or black? I forgot.
You know what chess players hate when I'm going to play them and I go, can the horsey do this? That's always a giveaway that you're not a fucking good chess player.
Can the horsey?
Do you play with the clock?
I would play with the Red Sox versus Yankees chess set they have?
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they have one.
Well.
Big Poppy moves 4 squares. What's going to do, Jeter?
I just like fucking traditional chess.
You try to
players.
jump with the bishop.
I should have figured that you were like a chess guy.
But I'll never be great. I'm a very average player. I play against
You
people.
do all right, man.
I play like I have like 6 or 7 going at once on this called Chess with Friends, and I play against people on the computer. It's great, but I'll never.
When did
be
you
great.
start doing chess?
When I was probably in 4th grade.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, I won my first game against this guy Cliff Herzog, and I think they said he cheated, but I wound up winning the game. But I'll never be great. Like literally, for as long as I live,
Somebody's
I'll never be as
you.
good.
It's Cliff Herzog. He's calling
No,
you.
it's Roland. I'll never be as. Did I have to leave? Hold on.
I think they do.
Plug Chinese checkers.
Hey, how are we doing on time?
No, I think you guys got to leave.
Roland, no. We don't have to leave. He said, Roland, he said, can you promote Dennis's tour?
Yeah, of course we will.
We have tickets to give away, a pair to
Jesus.
each tour.
We totally forgot why we were here.
A pair to each one. So we want to promote that.
But what time is it?
It's almost 9.
They
do have
I have
to
a little.
leave,
I have a
so.
little bit of time.
Okay, good. Tickets, DennisLeary.com, but July 8th, Mohegan Sun Casino in Connecticut. July 10th, the Palace Theater in Albany.
Oh, yeah.
July 13th, MPAC, Morristown, New Jersey. And the 15th, the Wilmont in Montclair, New Jersey.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
that's it?
Final Rescue Tour. Yeah, because then I got to go.
Do some other stuff.
I have to start going around doing all the talk
How many
shows
tickets
and
do we
everything.
have for this?
I think a pair to each.
Pair to each.
Rescue Me premieres July 13th.
Next week.
July 13th, yeah.
And the final episode
On
is
FX.
September, the week before 9/11, 10th anniversary. So it's coming up. This is it. Final.
Damn.
You have a great
final
career,
chance.
man. You have a really great career. It's like, because you're still known as a comedian, too. It's not, you haven't just made the jump to actor where nobody knows you're a comic anymore.
Yeah.
Like I went to the Curb premiere last night, and I met a guy I used to love, a guy named David Steinberg. You know, David.
Yeah, he was a great comedian.
He used to host the Tonight Show all the
yeah,
time. What
damn.
a funny motherfucker.
Yeah.
But we said hello and we talked for a minute, and he goes, "You're probably one of the only guys that remembers me as a comedian. Everybody else knows me as a director."
He's wrong. Yeah, that's true. I mean, he's a big director now.
But
he was a brilliant comic.
I loved him as a comedian.
Yeah.
He was hilarious.
Why did he stop performing?
Booga guy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Because he became such a famous director.
I'm
probably.
guessing, but you've managed to have both. Like, you're still doing a lot of
But
stand-up.
don't you have the
It's
itch
good.
to continue your stand-up? You would imagine he would want to
I don't
just
know.
do it.
I don't know. It's too busy.
Like, you get the itch, right,
I know,
Dennis?
but if you're direct, well, I get to do it. I mean, every fall, but
But you don't
all
have to
these years,
anymore.
every fall, I would do
But
my
you want
comics
to.
come home. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But it's different, like doing it because you love it and doing it because you have to do it.
Right.
And in David's case, he probably was a guy that was working on the road a lot. And when you're directing, directing takes over your whole life because.
Sure.
You got to be not only on the set every day, but for months beforehand, you're in pre-production. So he probably fell in love with that, and he got to stay home. I don't know
And
if he has any
Carson
kids.
left too, which is guest host. Jay doesn't have guest host, so he was a big guest host
Yeah,
for
he
Johnny.
was.
So
Yeah.
that main plug, that main thing, keeping him, in the everybody's
And by the
mind,
way,
went away.
once Rescue Me's over, and I get through all this press stuff, I'm going to be the first official guest host of the Daily Show with Jon Stewart. And I'm going to be hosting that like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I think. He doesn't know about it yet.
He has no clue about that, does he?
No, but it's going to happen. Oh, it's happening.
Oh, it's happening.
Oh, it's
Oh,
happening.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah, it is.
Fuck. That's a
The
good
cool thing
that's
about
a great
the cool thing
friggin'
about
gig,
doing
man.
stand up now is we get to do it together because we have to do it. You're like an astronaut because it's just you on the road doing
Right.
it. When we get to do the tour, we all get to do it.
Why is that
together.
just like an astronaut?
Because you're just in a suit floating around on
It's
the road.
actually
by
nothing
yourself.
like an astronaut.
I know. Astronauts go up in like just 3 guys at a time. But
It's
the
fine.
space shuttle, there's
Try to
4.
make an analogy, color in the story a little bit.
All right,
And they're
okay.
changing.
All
They're
right.
changing the future of the planet. Forget it. Forget it.
But notice we were going
Enough about the astronaut.
Notice we were going to allow that,
with you
though.
anymore.
Dennis had to bring it up.
That's
We were
true.
going to allow the astronaut
Were you? I just
analogy.
couldn't-
We were going
yeah.
to allow it to happen.
To
Dennis.
me, part of the fun of being an astronaut when I was a kid was there was like 4 guys. It was like, wow, you can go up there and party in space.
Yeah, that
you
was
know?
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like if you do something cool on the moon, there's at least 2 other guys that went like, that was pretty cool. You know, I saw it with my own eyes. You know?
And there's no astronaut with red hair pulling props out while other astronauts insult him.
Up a moon rock.
As far as we know. Oh, that's funny.
And then another astronaut stealing that bit and taking it to another planet.
Really funny.
I was going to say that, like fucking. That was actually what Buzz Aldrin wanted to say. One small step for man. And
Buzz Aldrin, by the way, speaking of astronauts.
Oh, he's pleasant.
Is it? I was going to say,
no, he's not.
He's a little crazy.
Oh, he's just a cranky old guy, but he was on the moon, for God's sake.
I don't begrudge him. He's a brilliant guy. We interviewed him once, and then I got a picture with him, and I met him at an event, and I asked him to sign the photo of us. And he goes, he didn't want to sign it. So then my girlfriend at the time started talking to him, and she walks over, she goes, give me the picture. I'm like, why? And she goes, I think he wants to fuck me. Give me the picture. So she fucking takes it over and gets it signed. And she, because Buzz's wife was there, so I don't know if he was just afraid. And she got him to sign the picture. Oh, great! Because she had said, "May, I want to get a picture signed." And when he saw the picture, he realized it was the one he had turned down. He was so annoyed. And his wife goes, "Just sign it, like just to get rid of this fucking shit."
Boy, Jim, you're really like Mr. Lunatic celebrity picture taker.
He's fun.
You have no idea.
Sometimes I get great stories out of it and bits out of it, but I don't do it to be ironic. I genuinely love it.
No, you love it, right?
I genuinely. Diana Ross turned me down on a plane, so I got a bit out of it. A lot of times I don't get a bit out of it. A lot of times it's just a moment in my life.
Jimmy sings the blues.
Exactly. I did talk to her about Lady Sings the Blues. I love Pryor, and she got fucking irritated with me because I mentioned Bustin' Loose.
Pryor was great in that movie, man.
Phenomenal. He was
Pryor was a great dramatic actor.
Yeah, he really was.
I mean, did you ever see Blue Collar?
Yes, with
him and Keitel and Yaphet Kotto.
Sure.
Oh my God, terrific. What are you looking at? What are you pointing?
I got to interrupt for a second. I apologize, Dennis. Casey Anthony, now that the trial is over,
I was going to bring that up.
She fucking let her hair down, and she's looking all fucking
I was going to bring
sexy.
that up.
Holy shit!
Now
Look
she's
at
got
her
her
look.
hair
It's
down.
completely different.
She's wearing a bikini.
Yeah, she's wearing a bikini.
Yeah.
Fuck the tuxedo shirt. Look at her. She's ready to go out and party.
Now, you know what?
Holy
you just said casino instead of tuxedo. You know what that's a sign of?
Oh, yeah.
Old age?
It's old age, plus you may have a tumor. You may have a brain tumor.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah, because he said casino instead of tuxedo.
Yeah.
I'm no doctor.
Well,
but you know,
that's true. But then again, Adam said astronaut instead of comedian.
So what does that mean? It's spreading. What does that mean then?
Oh, that's funny.
Well, look at this. Look at this shit, man. She's all dolled up now.
Okay, listen.
Now that the case is over.
By the way, dolled up. You're being very kind. Yeah. She looks like she got hit by a couple of trucks on the way.
She probably had a few of them matronly, big-boned, dykey women in jail that know how to take care of a girl like that. Grab her by the hair and just smash it in a big unshaven muff. Yeah. You know that's what's going on in there.
Let's see, where else are you going to be able to say that and get paid for it? You retire tomorrow and you start saying shit like that around your pool. Eventually the neighbor's going to call the police. He keeps using the words matronly and muff, and we're not happy about it.
Look, we put up the fence, we can still hear him.
Oh, believe me, after this weekend's party.
No, the neighbors should have called the police a long time ago,
shut
Dennis.
down. I was screaming.
We had a 5-day party that just ended.
Yeah, you have no other options.
Look at his
face. This is going to be it. You're not going to get away with this anywhere else.
My pool beat me up at my own party.
Look at his face. He had a hell of a party the last few days.
Then I went shooting with Daniel Craig the other day. It was fucking fantastic.
That's
with James fucking Bond.
Shooting with James.
Yeah, my Walther.
What are you going shooting with Daniel Craig for?
Out east. Me and I know his security guy, Mike.
By Joe's, the range by Joe's.
I don't even have a security guy. I need a security guy.
Who doesn't?
Well, he's James Bond. By the way, can I just say something? I'm a big James Bond fan, and I like Pierce Brosnan as James Bond. Yeah. But we all know you have to reinvent the franchise. I thought when that first James Bond movie, fantastic, and all those critics that tore him a new asshole when they first hired him and said he was going to suck.
Yeah.
As soon as that first movie started, the first 10 minutes, I went, "Where are these assholes now?"
Yeah.
Because he is good.
They rebooted the whole thing.
He's fantastic.
That was probably one of the best bathroom fight scenes I've ever seen. At the beginning, it was done in black and white, as he's remembering.
He's great.
Smashing faces into urinals.
Yeah.
It's like here.
He's a great actor.
It's like XM. It's great.
You know who I want to see take over as James Bond? Brian Dennehy. I think he'd be a fucking great James Bond.
I love Brian Dennehy.
I do too.
Bond.
I just saw Silverado again recently. He plays the evil sheriff in that.
I got a photo with him. It annoyed him a lot.
It's like, you bring up anybody. I think I saw Jesus last week. You know what? Jesus wouldn't take a picture with me.
It was while Dennehy was doing Death of a Salesman on Broadway, and he yelled out during the performance.
Yeah, can I get one? No, I just saw him at an an after thing.
Give them the quick list of people you hate because they didn't take a photo with
There's
you.
been very few. Honestly,
Jeter.
Jeter took the picture. He wouldn't sign it. I had a run
Jeter's
with
a
him.
good guy.
I don't hate him anymore.
Jeter's a good guy.
You're over it finally.
He was a charitable guy.
Jeter did one of the ads for Rescue Me last year.
Yeah, I don't.
He's a good guy.
I had a run in with him, but whatever.
He hates you.
He probably does. And I can sense
run in. And by the way,
when I first met him, I said, Derek, thank you so much for coming and doing this commercial with us. He said, you're a comedian too, right? I said, yeah. He goes, you friends with that fucking asshole Jim Norton? And I went, wow, I can't believe you're bringing that up right now.
A run-in, by the way, with Jeter is Jimmy waiting outside the bathroom door at a charity event for him to sign something.
Well, but it was a picture of me and him. It was a picture of me and him.
Regardless.
All right. So who else?
Very few have turned me down. He did. De Niro has once, but he was not rude about it. It was at a thing.
What about the other Yankee?
Who was the other Yankee?
We ran out of the Brooklyn Diner.
What did De Niro say to you?
I asked him, it was at the premiere of 700 Sundays for
How'd you ask him?
I didn't, oh, fuck. He was standing there.
No, you don't
This is my favorite.
Face at him like you're talking. I'm not going to do anything crazy. Okay. You're talking, he's talking, and I tapped his form, and I went, Bob? Look at Dennis's face. I fucking called him Bob. And he was nice, though. I said, can I get a photo? And he goes, no. He goes, because if I take one, a lot of people will ask. Like, he wasn't a jerk.
Which is true.
And I knew he was telling the truth. And Randy
I
Johnson
knew I was telling the truth. He's like the picture-taking human Congress. I knew he was telling the truth. He wasn't lying like Jeter.
Yeah, I knew it.
Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson was a twat.
He ran away down like 57th Street.
And look, I'm not bothered like those guys are, but I've taken enough fan photos to know when it's annoying. And it's like when you're eating. I never bother people when they're with their kids. Like I'm never. There's times where you just don't do it, but there's other times where it's like it's a half a second, and I know how I am with fans, even though they are like what I have.
I know,
times
but
500.
it is really true if you take one. And, you know, if you're notable enough, you take one, and everybody in the room wants one, and you're screwed, and and their head goes right to, but you took one with Jim Norton?
Right.
Mm-hmm. You know?
So I understood De Niro saying no.
Right.
I didn't, and I saw him again at the Comedy Cellar one night. He saw my set. He was there with somebody, and I didn't ask him, because they're saying he might be doing research for a role. So I didn't want to make him uncomfortable in that place to come back. So, I mean, I'm not a fucking idiot about it.
Oh, well.
But now I look back on it, he hasn't been back, so I should have asked him.
Maybe, yeah, you probably should have.
Oh, Frank Vincent turned me down, too.
Really?
What? Going backstage at a Kiss concert because he was in the middle of something. I'm like, hey, Frank,
can I get Vincent doing it at a Kiss concert,
exactly.
by the way.
I'm like, hey, Frank, can I get a picture with you? He goes, nah, not now. And I go, I got the camera ready. He goes, I said not now.
Jesus.
And he had.
Shit.
But I got him when we interviewed him. He's a very nice man.
And he turns out to be a nice guy.
Frank's
Don't get nervous.
What a great actor.
Don't get nervous.
Yeah.
What a great actor.
my party.
I even said that to him, yeah.
I
Go home and get
He's
your
a great
fucking shine
actor.
box.
I love
tremendous.
the fact that his party was 3 people in a balloon. Ruined my party.
Hey, by the way, you guys know him and Pesci were a comedy.
Oh, yeah. We've talked to them about it. It's amazing to
He had a hell of a book, right, Jimmy?
And he was a terrific drummer.
We got Dana White coming in today, too, at 9:30.
What?
I guess that's a last-minute thing.
I tweeted him, said, are you doing our show?
We got to get going.
I didn't know.
Yeah, you guys are busy.
No, I could take a hint. First of all, you didn't ask me for a picture. Number one. Number two. No. You insulted him just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. You touched my forearm. You said Bob instead of Dennis. Now you insulted me just a little bit.
Dennis, you keep him here. Yeah. You can shoot him right in his big mouth.
Do you know my Dennis Leary picture is from fucking back at NEW? I have a fucking Pussy Boy sweater, and yeah, that's I have an old photo of me and Dennis.
Dennis has been doing our show for
many years, man.
10 years, bro.
I was very starstruck the first time I met Dennis. Very much. And he was nice.
Absolutely.
Comedians are always nice.
Let's get these guys out of here. So, what's the
What
big
are we
plug?
doing? Rescue Me.
Yes,
of course.
When is it?
Yeah.
Next
July
week.
13th. It starts up. Final season. It's going to be another great season.
And the tour.
And the Rescue Me Comedy Tour this Friday.
Jim Norton's upcoming future television show, which we don't have dates on yet, but it's coming.
You'll figure it out.
Top Gear. I'm going to get my plug in.
Top Gear.
Sure.
24th.
When am I going to get
Spider-Man and Ice Age next summer.
God, unbelievable.
Anthony quitting radio and appearing only in his backyard for the last 20 years of his life. These are the things that we're pushing.
That sounds like paradise.
Wow, our plugs suck compared to theirs. Go to DennisLeary.com for the comedy show info. And I think we got a pair of tickets for each show.
Yeah.
We'll give away right now. So just call and we'll figure it all out.
It's the final Rescue Me comedy tour, so it's the last time to see everybody together, I guess. And by the way, if Jim Norton comes backstage and wants to take a picture, we're all taking pictures with him.
Whether he wants it or not.
Because because as a matter of fact, he may not even want him, and we're going to take the pictures with him. And this time, he's going to be the one saying, nah.
I think we should sketch something. Make him sit there and pose.
Can you get me one with Bob Kelly? He's a tough one to get.
Oh, Jesus. Away from the dinner table?
Exactly. You need the Hubble.
Is Bob big again?
Is he big again?
Bob went back. He said he's got 2 more fats in him.
I think he's down to 1
He's going to get fat, skinny, and then fat and skinny.
I used to hear Lenny say that when he was fat. I got 2 more fats in me.
I got 2 more fats in me, and then I'm done.
Bob is so fat, he's almost a guru. Bob is fucking, I'm worried about Bob. I'm at a point where I can't even make fun of him anymore, and when I see him, I'm just like, buddy, you got it. I'll help you. I'm worried about Bob.
That's terrible.
Oh,
that's terrible.
I'm worried about
Bob. I haven't seen. Last time I saw him, he was like bobblehead skinny. Like the head was still big, but
he'll lose it though, because Bob can lose the weight. He's one of those guys that can drop it off. It's sickening if he wants to.
That's bad.
All right, let's get him out of here. Dennis Leary on for our pleasure once again.
Guys, thanks so much.
Dana White stopping by to say hi next. Stay there. There's your rush.
Yeah.
Dennis Leary and Adam Farrar just left.
They were great.
We just talked to him for the last 15 minutes off air.
I know. I was thinking to stay. I wanted to do something, but I'm like, I can't stay here and then just start bugging Dennis to read my script. I can't do that. So that's why I left.
No, I think you're going to get a call.
No, I don't think so. He's a very good dude, though. But I had to.
I think you get a call.
I had to leave just so I didn't do that.
Just so you didn't do that?
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy.
Oh, really? So you were so compelled to do it that you figured I better fucking just remove
because
myself.
I don't want to be that annoying asshole guy. When someone says something
nice
politely to you, you know what I mean? You don't want to be the fucking annoying dude.
It's going to happen, Jimmy.
If you go through the proper Leary production company channels, I think that's a lot better than actually talking to the guy.
Nah, whatever.
He's nice.
Hey, Dana White's stopping by.
Very happy about that.
I think I cornered him this morning. I checked my Twitter and he had a red eye, and he goes, just landed in New York, and he's got millions of followers. So I'm thinking, fuck, if I write him right now, how many people are actually writing on Twitter? I said, hey man, you coming by today? And I think we got him. I think he's going to be here in like 10 minutes to say hi.
He'd respond to you anyway, though.
Huh?
I think he'd respond to you anyway.
No, but his Twitter is so busy, it's almost impossible for me to get a message to him. I don't think he follows me officially. I don't really know, to be honest with you, so I couldn't DM him. So I just wrote on my Twitter, hey, he's stopping by, and I guess it got to him because he is.
Chuck tweeted me. I was very surprised. Me and Liddell were talking, like a couple of... And he goes, hey, let's take a picture. He asked me for a photo. Liddell asked me for a photo. If I had any balls, I would have said no.
You should have said no.
But then he Twittered it. I was very happy.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it's very cool when guys that you fucking love kind of like you too.
Acts as separately alleged do not.
Casey Anthony's being sentenced.
Well,
not going to.
Wait. They just prosecution's just sitting.
3/7 3rd edition. What page?
Okay. See, what the prosecution is saying is that Casey Anthony lied 4 times.
1067.
So they want 4 separate sentences.
I do have a copy. This is
now, what the defense is saying is it was just one lie over the course of, because it's the same instance. It's lying over the same instance.
How long is the sentencing going to take, Ant?
14 weeks.
Shouldn't this be quick?
Oh, right. They both give their little side of the story, and then the judge says.
The best part of that, the judge isn't in lilistening because he already knows what he's doing.
But one thing we're noticing, Casey Anthony, boy, she let her hair down.
She sure did.
Before everybody started yapping, she was toying with her hair and getting it right and smiling. She was like kind of cutely chewing on her pinky and throwing her hair around. Yep. I don't even think she cares if she gets like 18 months.
She's got lipstick on. Her makeup's different.
They let her buy some prison makeup.
Oh, boy.
And
what did that cost her?
I know. That's like a few cigarettes and a fucking vag lick.
A broom handle to the asshole.
Yeah. You got to spin around 5 times on a broomstick up your asshole.
And you get some homemade lipstick.
Yeah. And then you get some homemade lipstick.
From the beets we didn't want to eat.
From somebody that was just Shank's blood.
Right.
The prosecution's response here.
Yes.
Yeah, see, they're bored, too. Everyone's bored.
Poor HLN, which is the headline news, which used to just be CNN's like... kind of every 20 minutes they'd go over the same stories. They have had their highest ratings ever ever in its history. Once this happens,
they're done.
They're done, and they know it, so they're milking the shit out of it.
Well,
that Nancy Grace.
Nancy Grace is
shit.
fucking despicable.
Hate her.
Tot Mom.
Tot Mom. What will Tot Mom do? What will Tot Mom be sentenced to? Shut up with your Tot
hate
Mom.
her.
Hate her, Jimmy. I hate her.
She's a fucking hateable, ugly, fucking Dutch boy-haired bitch.
Oh, she is a wreck. Hate her. It's, I don't know. Defense interviews with police was one continuous lie, not 4 separate lies.
But that's great.
What the defense is
that's what your argument is. That's great.
That's what the defense's argument is.
That's good.
Hey, it's one lie. It just went a whole,
Well, what are we going to do?
Now, let's say something happened.
Yeah.
And you lie about it, but you tell a few different lies about the same story. Okay, here it is. Something's missing from the studio. You know who did it. You bring him in.
Let's say extra space is missing from the studio.
Right, extra space is missing. We bring in one of the cute guys. Not cute in a looks way. Right. Cute that they think they actually do something around here. And now you're saying,
and it's finally in.
What happened to the room that we were supposed to have? And they go, well, you know what? There is more room now. And then we go, no, there isn't. It's like, no, there is. Well, we're gonna be giving more room. Oh yeah, when? Next week. And then next week rolls around. And then you go, where's the new room? We gave it to you. No, you didn't. Oh, yeah, no, you're right. We didn't. Is that all the same lie? Because it's one topic? Or did he tell 4 different lies right there?
What?
Exactly.
No, your nose is really distracting.
I know, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a fucking mess.
What, did I just wake up or did the lights get brighter? Your face is fucked up.
I am fucked, dude. I am fucked.
Your face is fucked up. Why didn't I notice it earlier as much as I am now?
Because I think
Did we turn the lights up?
I think I looked up a little bit.
Yeah, you're...
Yeah, it's
Did you break your nose?
No, but I had that feeling that goosh, like, kind of, damn, that sucks. I didn't hit it hard is what it is. I scraped it.
I swear to you.
Up the side of the pool.
I don't know what you just said because I'm just staring at your nose.
Yeah.
What did you say? Like, quick.
I'm just saying 4 separate lies that are the same subject.
Right.
Like, who
you could group that into one lie?
You could say it's just you're being deceptive to the police. You're not counting lies. It was deception. She lied to the police. But 4 different counts means what? Okay, saying that there was a nanny that wasn't. Saying that the kid was, that she had a job at...
realistically start coming up with the costs.
They want her to pay for the investigation, too.
Get you later.
She should, because she admitted lying.
She ain't gonna pay for shit, though.
Does your client wish to say anything prior to the court imposing?
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes.
No, Your Honor.
I say...
Here we go.
Less than 6 months.
Nope. Crank it up. Crank it up.
What do you got, Ant? What do you got?
I don't know. I got a boner for her.
Hurry, fast.
I got a boner for her.
I say less than 6.
She walks.
Full time.
She's walking.
No, she's not.
What's full time, Jimmy? 4 years?
Whatever the max
The
is.
court will make the following finding concerning the defense motion.
Time served.
To bar imposition of sentence on these 4 distinct counts is violating.
She looks shitty today, by the way.
Double jeopardy.
No, she's a little scared.
Count 4 of the indictment alleging providing false information to a law enforcement officer basically dealt with the following conduct. It is alleged that the defendant was employed at Universal Studios during the year 2008.
Liar!
This information was given pursuant to an investigation for a missing persons report. That information caused law enforcement, in following up on that statement, to go to Universal Studios to expend law enforcement.
They could have went on some ride
resources
while they were there.
Yeah, look for a mouse.
To
confrontation.
That, in fact, Miss Anthony did not, in fact, work at Universal Studios.
Oops.
Count 5. Miss Anthony informed the authorities that she had left her child, Kelly Marie Anthony,
with the nanny, Zanny.
at the Sawgrass Apartments.
Sandy the nanny.
She's Sawgrass.
A babysitter.
Yeah.
Which caused law enforcement again as a result of a missing persons report.
This looks good.
To develop.
No, for her to get out.
Various leads.
See, I'm pulling for her.
Trying to locate this babysitter, commonly known as Zanny.
Which were, by the way, Xanax. She was giving the child to go to sleep so she could fucking party.
Dealt with the fact that she had informed two, quote, employees of Universal Studios, Jeff Hopkins and Juliette Lewis, of the disappearance of Kelly
again
Marie
for missing persons.
Anthony.
Again, pursuant to
This
and thereof.
Count 7 indicated to law enforcement that she had received a call and spoke to Kelly Marie Anthony on July 15, 2008 at approximately 12 p.m.
Oh, boy. Well, that wasn't happening.
Thus causing law enforcement to devote extensive
Guys
resources.
loving the TV time, huh?
Judges are all like this.
Come on, let's go.
As a result of
Missing
those
persons.
4 separate and distinct lies,
oh boy, that ain't good.
Law enforcement expended a great deal of time,
Oh boy, that
and
ain't good.
manpower
Oh boy.
looking for young Kelly Marie Anthony. This search for her went on from July.
Could you see if she just went, would you get on with this already?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Over several months, trying to find Kelly Marie Anthony. 4 distinct, separate lies.
Oh, boy, this doesn't sound good.
The jury spoke loud and clear on counts 1,
2, 3,
and 3
4.
by their verdict. They also spoke loud and clear as to the remaining counts 4, 5, 6,
Oh, shit.
and 7.
Good.
Oh, shit.
There being no legal cause shown why this court should not impose a sentence, and the court had previously adjudged you to be guilty of the crimes contained in counts 4, 5, 6,
Concurrent
and 7.
or consecutive?
Consecutive.
I will sentence you to 1 year in the Orange County Jail, imposing a $1,000 fine on each count. All 4 counts to run consecutive to each other.
Yes.
Giving you credit for the time that you have previously served.
How much time is that?
Mr. Baez, Mr. Mason, we're going to spend some time this morning figuring out her credit for time served. And it's
this guy.
It's going to take us probably about an hour to sort it out because of the previous sentences that she has been given. But with the good time and gain time, depending on preliminary figures.
Figures.
Sometime early August, maybe late July. But I can't say that until after I first determine time served.
Right.
And then the jail has to apply, according to their figures, their good time and gain time.
She ain't getting that.
That she has gained.
She'll get a couple of years at most.
Yeah. So if you want to wait around, or we can communicate that with you, and if you have a different figure, then we can get that taken care of.
Oh, figure. All right,
I will
Anthony.
reserve jurisdiction for 60 days.
What?
To determine the cost of prosecution and investigation.
How about, well, that will cost her a bundle.
Are you going to make her pay for it, too? Good.
Maybe.
Fucking rotten whore.
Tell me when you'll be ready.
I've been advised a minimum of 30, so any time after that would be acceptable.
Hamana. Wow. How about bail?
Mr. Mason?
I want to have some time whenever they get around to providing and gathering up their invoices so we can check the validity of those and potentially conduct some discovery on it. So at least 30 days, I would assume. Depends on when she gets it to me. If she gets it to me on the 29th day, that's not going to be good.
That's true.
I believe I would do that to Mr. Mason.
You bastard
They have
prosecutors.
indicated that they believe they can have all the documentation to me within
the hell's going on?
The defense and the prosecution are arguing when they're going to get the materials to review to see.
Wants her to pay for the fucking prosecution.
Yeah.
Of the sheriff's office.
Well,
anytime I'll ask for it after she gets it to me.
Well, I'm trying to give you a date now. The week of August 15th, I will not.
She looks like she wants to kill something.
Fuck her.
Yeah, she does look like she wants to kill something.
The week of the 22nd, I'm involved in an evidentiary hearing.
Oh, he's got an evidentiary hearing. Well,
are we done with this?
I guess that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, she's got consecutive sentences. A year. What was the maximum we could for lying to police?
1 year for.
He gave her the max.
So it's 4 years, but then
occurrence.
But then it's time served and all that.
He has to do time served, right?
So it's a math problem.
She'll get time served. She'll get like good time that she had.
Yeah, that's all against.
But
I was right.
She did 3 years in jail, right?
But some of that was for forced checks.
No, I know.
She won't even do 3.
No, I said she did 3 already.
Oh, she did 3 already.
The maximum, he could take all 3 years off, technically.
No, because some of that has to be attributed to her prior fraud.
So she's going to do
case.
at least a year in jail.
It's going to be, at least. Probably 18 months.
You would guess 18 months?
I think more than that. She's got 4 years to run consecutively. I say she's going to do 2.5 years. I want to know how much the time was already.
She has more time served.
Oh,
than
does
that.
she? Okay.
And with the good time added in, I'd say like maybe.
Wait, someone's saying early August, late July means he thinks that will be the end of her time, including time served.
No,
they have 30 days to get together.
That's when they're going to figure out some shit.
Okay. Yeah, these are
stuff takes
consecutive,
forever.
Not concurrent.
Yeah.
And they want to charge her for the prosecution because she lied. That's great. That's going to be a lot of money. So at least she'll have to pay a lot of fucking money from any book deal she gets.
That's that. Well, that's why they're going to do that. They want to keep her from making any money because technically she wasn't convicted of the crime, so she can write a book and make money off it.
But can't they come after her for any, because she was convicted of lying? Can't there be a way to block any book deal or anything, or her profiting because she was caught lying? So anything she writes has to involve that lie unless she tells the truth. There's got to be a way, a technicality
that's a tough one.
To get her on.
She's not writing a book about the lying. She could write a book about her life growing up.
That's true.
All that happy horse shit.
Yeah.
That judge is.
Put it this way.
Good for him.
She ain't fucking.
Thursday's fine.
She ain't getting the death penalty. That's for sure.
I don't know what Ms.
All right.
Well, she'll do a few years at least total.
She already has.
She's just despicable.
She doesn't even. It doesn't even seem to bother her at this point. She's been in there for 3 years. If she's got an out date of, a year and a half, 18 months, something like that, she'd be like, yeah, whatever.
She's comfortable in there already.
Yeah, she's fine. She'll get out. She'll still be, early 20s, mid 20s, whatever, and no problem. That's how I see it.
She's got her whole life ahead of her.
And that'll give me time. here's what I understand here.
Start writing her.
To start writing some prison letters.
No.
Start dropping
Why haven't
in
you already, man?
and visited. Well, I don't want to be with the prison letters of everyone else during all this pandemonium. So I'm going to start just slipping some prison letters in, right? And then maybe go down for a visit, and then visit a little, chat it up, and then by the time she's ready to get out, here you go. You got a place to stay, right? It's nice. You got a pool, even though the pool might make her a little leery at first. I'll make sure to keep the children away.
Your pool has 2 victims now, you and Danny, right?
Yes,
same
me and Danny have both. And the worst thing is, I was laughing at Danny about fucking his nose up in the pool. And this morning I came in, I poked in the office, I went, Danny. And I pointed, and he goes, you fucking dick. He just laughed. But I earned that. I earned that.
You didn't have to use that kind of language, though.
Oh, language.
Language. It's my home, young man.
All right, we got to catch up, so we'll take a quick break here. And then
hold on, is Danny downstairs or no?
I don't know. I haven't seen him yet. And we'll wrap up the show next. Stay there.
Wait.
The virus. Get in touch with the Opie and Anthony Show. Call 866-WOW-1-WOW. That's 866-969-1969. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Hey, this is cool. Dana White stopped by to say hi. I tweeted you like the first thing this morning. I don't even know if you got it.
Every time I land in New York, and I'm like, I'm in New York, my Twitter blows up. You going on Opie and Anthony? Every time.
It's like, all right, I'll stop by and say hi. We had Uriah Faber in here. I was telling you outside the studio.
Yeah.
And we've had him on the phone before, and he's great, man.
Yeah, he is.
He's a great
spokesperson.
Awesome.
He is. He's dynamite. And tough fight on Saturday, but
great fight.
Great fight. Exactly.
But he looked great, He didn't look like a lot of the fighters when they lose a match. It's, oof.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you look worse.
I know, yeah. The pool beat the shit out of me. It really did.
How do you look worse than Uriah Faber?
I don't know.
I mean, come
on. The guy was right there, brawling it out, and
but Uriah was sober.
Yeah, that could have something to do with it. A couple of Guinness, and I don't know. You jump in the pool. It's a good thing. My pool's very deep, so I didn't smash on the bottom. But when I came up,
swooping up,
you kind of do that breaststroke thing to come up,
and that pushes you
forward. I led with my nose and just scraped my forehead right against the
still talking about his
side
nose.
of the gunite.
Oh, yeah.
And the gunite pool might as well be just sandpaper. So.
And Uriah was in here, and he didn't have a scratch on him.
Yeah.
Did they mention
Yeah,
that?
not a mark
Yeah, we mentioned
on him.
it.
How humiliated is he? Was beaten up by his fucking pool and 6 cases of liquor. By the way, I'm sorry if I just shook hands with Dana when I came back in, and I have like a long nail, so I feel like my nail's scraped. I apologize. It's really feminine.
Why do you have a long
I thought you were
nail?
going to say sorry. You just took a piss and you shook my hand.
I know, that would have been bad.
You can handle a nail.
What, from, what are you getting from doing some coke? What are you doing
why do
there,
you got
Jimmy?
a long nail?
I have a bunch of long ones. As a matter of fact, last night I was digging at it at the curb premiere, and I fucking pulled it like, you know how if you pull your fingernail off, you're fucking going to rip skin up to the neck?
Yeah.
So I had to go and chew it down.
Neck.
So I didn't shake hands.
You got
and
to
get
pull
injured.
forward. You got to pull your finger away from you. That's how you
Yeah. Great event, by the way. Great
Thanks,
fucking
man.
UFC.
Jimmy
man.
was fortunate enough to be out there. He just happened to be doing his thing.
Oh, what seats?
He didn't want to compete against you, Dana. So he moved the show.
We did
but you know what? You should have done your show on Friday. You got to do the Rogan thing. Rogan goes the day before the event.
We had Seattle Friday, but also because Rogan's doing it, I don't want to compete with Rogan either. Because Rogan's selling a lot of tickets, man.
He's an animal, too.
Yeah. I mean, 10 years ago, Rogan was kind of with the pack, but he's fucking...
We finally got Rogan on our channel, too. We're so happy.
I know. I heard that. Yeah.
We're so happy.
That's cool.
But
Dana seated me right behind Couture and Chuck. I had the best seats in the house. Literally, I took a photo of the back of their heads. I'm like, what a great place. What a great place I'm sitting. Dude, fucking,
Tito.
I can't, he came in so psychotic looking. He looked like me trying to bluff my way out of a fight. He looked like you would look if you didn't really want to fight.
Yeah, no, he did it, man. He came in and pulled it off, and it looked like Bader froze and choked in that fight. And Tito, listen, I said it before the fight happened. When his back is against the wall, that's when he fights his best.
Yeah.
And what a lot of people don't realize about Tito is how good his submissions are. He's just never had to use them before. He used to get people on their back and ground and pound them, and would never take any risks.
But Tito's got, and you saw once he put that guillotine, you see how hard he was squeezing? He was pulling, he looked like he was going to try to pop his head off.
Yeah, he was really, I could not believe how aggressive he was, and I can't believe how badly Silva lost. That was...
Yeah, well, I figured either one of those guys was going to get, you knew that was going to be a gunfight, and somebody was getting knocked out in that fight.
Yeah, that was, but I didn't expect it to be that fast.
Yeah.
I mean, that was literally, I guess he put his dukes up and he just... 1930s. That's exactly what it was, though.
Put up your dukes.
I got a tweet from Dana. He goes, are you coming? Because usually I would be there for all the fights, but I'm so used to East Coast now.
Right.
You guys went earlier, and they start like 3 o'clock now.
Well, we bumped it. We moved this when we did the Toronto fight. We bumped it an hour earlier because the people on the East Coast were it was beating them up. The fights don't get over to 1 o'clock.
Right.
So we moved it an hour earlier, and it throws a lot of people off, because especially if you're in Vegas.
Yeah.
The things used to start at 6. At 7. Now we start at 6 when we go live on pay-per-view.
Yeah, so I missed some of the prelim fights and all that, but I wasn't thinking, 'cause we flew in that morning. I had to sleep a couple hours to sleep off the Dramamine. And, fuck, man, 3 o'clock. Who could fight at 3 o'clock? It's amazing.
Yeah.
By the way, Dan has a new bodyguard. He's a big kid, man. Holy shit!
Yeah, he's Hawaiian. He's from Hawaii, man.
Is he a fighter?
He is. He's huge. So when we walk places, I just stand behind him and walk, and it's actually
nobody notices you, right?
No, nobody sees.
Is he a
me.
fighter or no?
No. He used to play football for University of Hawaii, and he was one of the security guys over at Trist and XS for a while. Good guy.
But how do you choose a bodyguard? Because you're surrounded by guys that can all fight.
My old guy that used to be with me, Tom, retired. He was a former Metro police officer, and he retired. He's the guy has been a cop for 35 years, and then he's flying all over the world with me every 15 minutes.
So that sounds like a good gig.
That shit gets old quick. Trust me. Yeah, it gets old quick. You know what I mean? And especially at his age. So I got the new guy in, and it's really this guy's just there. I don't have security all the time. Right. Just at fights and others.
Yeah, when people are going to be a lot of people are going to be around, and I don't want to be bothered.
I'm cool with everybody. I hang out with fans and do all kinds of stuff. It's just sometimes. Yeah, I don't know if you guys ever saw the video blog from Toronto when we did. I tweeted up there and was tweeting tickets. There's sometimes it gets scary and you just get overwhelmed with so many people. Man, it's crazy.
He all of a sudden, meet me at the mall.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Exactly.
Oh, you don't know that?
I love hooking up with the fans. Just sometimes it gets crazy.
And it's getting crazy.
You get in these situations sometimes, man, where people don't give a shit. They just bum rush you.
Yeah. Well, that's what it was like at the end of the fight, because I knew the other guy, but I didn't know this guy. He's like, step aside, please. And I'm like, all right, because he's a fucking big kid. I didn't want to argue. But no, I know Dana. You talk later. And he signed an autograph. While you were signing autographs, he signed somebody's book, some fucking fat lady. Asked him, I caught him across the thing, handed him a thing, and she asked him to sign it, and he did, and he shrugged like, what the fuck was that? So it was very funny. He signed his first autograph as your bodyguard. Yeah. And it's weird that, it's almost like some people, is Rihanna really a fight fan, or do you think she knows that's just is the place to be now?
Yeah, it's funny because she had the concert there, and her people called and asked if she could get tickets to come over. And let me tell you what, in this position, you meet lots of celebrities and whatever. She was so cool. She couldn't have been more down to earth or a better person. And I love Justin Bieber, man. He's such a good kid. He's a really, really good kid. People hate on this kid. This kid's fucking good looking. He's talented. He's making shitloads of money.
That's why everyone hates him.
No, go ahead. Jump in. Exactly.
That is why everyone hates him. We're jealous.
I got to jump in. I was hanging with Brother Weeze this weekend. He might have turned me on Justin Bieber. I haven't even told you guys yet. He goes, you got to watch this fucking movie. He goes, it's easy to hate Justin Bieber. He goes, that's the thing to do, is to hate Justin Bieber. But if you see this fucking movie,
I agree.
I
saw the movie.
You did?
Saw the movie.
And people are saying this movie's amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome. The kid deserves everything he's got. When you meet him, listen to this too. When I met him 3 months ago or 4 months ago at the MGM. They did when the music awards were there. So I had set it up through Paramount, the scroll I know over Paramount, for my kids to meet Justin Bieber. We go over there, and you can imagine, this kid's fucking traveling all over dude, I know what my life is like. I'm fucking 41 years old, travel around and all this shit, and this is what I do for a living. This kid at his age getting pulled in all these different directions, and he's a million times busier than me. More people want to terrorize this kid than me. and for this kid to deal with the stuff that he deals with. So we go over to the thing. They're pulling him in a million different directions. They're screaming at him that he's got to get out to his seats because this thing's live.
Right.
You know, this event's going off live. They're screaming at him, you got to get out there. He didn't give a fuck. He stood there and paid attention to my kids, talked to them. You know, and Lorenzo's daughter was there. He's like, you look really pretty tonight. Like, took the time to go out, and he's a good kid. And when he was at the fights the other night, he just, you couldn't meet a nicer kid, and he deserves everything he's got.
I'm getting killed on instant feedback already, because it's the thing to do is to just hate on the kid.
This kid.
But Brother Weeze is like, I'm telling you, take another look, see this fucking movie, and he goes, and be the cool guy that doesn't just hate him just to hate him.
Exactly, that's what it is, man. People
I still
just
got to see the movie, though,
kid. You know,
I met him once. We did Chelsea.
I'll tell you this: I met Justin Timberlake, douchebag.
Nice.
Yeah, fuck Justin Timberlake.
Wow, what happened?
Exactly. It was another thing. We were out with the kids, and he just, me and my wife were standing there, and I guess my wife had said to him, "Hey, Justin, would you, you know?" And the way that he acted and the way that he was, you know, I'm not being bitter because all my kids were there or whatever. But there's guys. I know how I am with people who love the UFC. Listen, I'm not buying any fucking Justin Timberlake records. You know what I mean? The kids are. Mm-hmm. So when you see people treat kids like that, and I've met them all, from the Black Eyed Peas are all cool guys. There's so many cool guys. Fuck Justin Timberlake. He's a douchebag.
Did he not meet the kids, or was he?
No, he couldn't have been a more arrogant prick. Yeah, he really was. Yeah,
wow.
He is.
And you know when someone's just being a prick.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it.
At this point, you just know.
Yeah.
Did he know
you want to hate somebody? Hate Justin Timberlake, not
Bieber.
Not Bieber. He's a good kid.
Did he know who you were or no?
Who?
Justin Timberlake.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, you don't know? Okay.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter who I am. There's a bunch of kids standing there, and the kids wanted. And here's the thing. This was at the what was it? We were in LA for the Nickelodeon Awards, right? This thing's the hottest ticket in, Kids' Choice Awards or something like that. Right. Hottest ticket in L.A. You know, every swinging dick in L.A. has their kids there and wants to get their kids backstage. Nobody goes backstage, man. They don't let anybody go back there. But I'm friends with the Black Eyed Peas. They got me back. There's 4 kids. It wasn't like there were 4,000 kids and he had to stop for hours, and there were 4 kids back there. Could have cared less.
Fuck Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, I've never met him. And the thing is, he seemed like he'd be a nice guy.
Yeah,
he's a guy I would have thought would have been a cool dude.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
And Bieber, I met once very briefly. We took a picture, and he was I did Adam Carolla's podcast at Caroline's, and he was actually at the show recently, but they left.
Did you touch his arm and go, Biebs?
I think it might have been a little too raunchy, because the minute I got up there, they started asking me about massages, and I'm just doing my thing, man. I'm not thinking about who's. Right, I know he's in the audience, but I can't.
Right.
And there's 400 people there, so I think it probably wasn't appropriate. Young guy. You forget that he's only 17 years old, 16 years old. He's not fucking 30. But he seemed to be into the fight. He was sitting right at the cage side watching the fight with, I guess, his father. And he seemed to not be politely engaged. Like, he really seemed to be enjoying the fight.
Right.
And
well, it was a good night of fights. I mean, even if you don't like fights, it'd be tough not to like those fights on Saturday night.
It was great. I mean, every fight was good. The favorite fight, I mean, Uriah was in before it. He felt that he won. I don't know. I kind of thought, I didn't say this, of course. I kind of thought that Cruz defended his belt, although I thought it was close. Did you agree with that or no?
Yeah, I thought the fight was closer than the judges had scored it. Right. But the problem is in scoring a fight like that, that's that close, when they have him losing, one judge had him losing almost every round, it could be, Cruz wins by this much, wins that round. But it was a tough fight to score.
I want to add to that. He wasn't bitter about the loss, though.
No.
Faber thought it could, he thought he won, but he understands why.
Faber's a stud, man. He's a good, and at the press conference, both Faber and Cruz were awesome.
He said something interesting in the interview, saying that the judges are at times behind what the fighters know.
Oh, there's no. I'm fucking millenniums behind what the fighters know. Believe me.
So how do you solve that? Because obviously, we know you enough that you're trying to get the best judges possible for your sport.
It's not me. It's the athletic commission.
Oh, I see.
The athletic commissions pick the judges and referees, and it's been a battle that I've been fighting for a long time. The problem is that we're overseen by the athletic commission too. They oversee the fighters and the fights and us. They regulate us. So the fact that I'm so obnoxious about my opinions on the judging and the reffing, it doesn't put me in a good position with the commission either. But I'm going to be honest. And what I hate to see is these fighters who work so hard and sacrifice and, to win these fights and lose because, a judge or a ref doesn't know what the hell they're doing. That drives me crazy.
It's drive the fighter nuts too.
Oh God!
And they just know they.
Yeah, it just sucks the heart right out of you, man. You won the fight, and it's tough.
Is that going to change anytime soon? You think?
I hope so. I'm trying.
Right.
Trying.
I'm sure you are.
When is Jose Aldo fighting again? I asked Faber that too. I think of all the guys I've watched recently, he's the one that to me strikes as someone that could go for a long time before losing.
Yeah, no, he's nasty. This guy's so incredibly talented, and God, when is he fighting? He's fighting soon, in the next few months. But yeah, I agree with you. I think that this guy right now, in my opinion, Anderson Silva is the pound-for-pound greatest fighter, not only in the world but ever. I think this guy's the best fighter in mixed martial arts history.
Even though his last fight, I think the last fight he just barely submitted.
No, you're thinking of Chael Sonnen.
Chael Sonnen, yeah. Oh,
I think the Chael Sonnen fight makes him even more legendary.
Okay.
And nobody knew till after the fight that he went in with injured ribs.
Oh, right.
And then fights that whole fight the way that it went and then pulls off the submission with 1:30 left in the 5th round. His last fight, though, was that front snap kick to Vitor Belfort in the 1st round, and he knocks him out.
That was ugly.
Yeah.
That was like a really good kick to the face. Like, if I fantasized about myself kicking people to the face, that's how I would do it. Just a straight barefoot kick. And then he hugged him. I think he felt bad that he fucking hurt himself.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of animosity between those two going into that fight.
But they were like training partners or something? They were friends?
They used to be, yeah, back in the day.
I always wonder how guys do that. Like, there's a respect for each other, but some of them are friends, and it's like, how do you actually legitimately punch a guy that you like in the face? It's got to be different.
Well, that's sport, though. You know what I mean? It's like saying you don't want to play football against somebody that's your buddy. I mean, you should see how hard those guys hit in football.
Yeah, I suppose so.
But you're fucking someone's face up, man. It's different.
Well, yeah.
It's just odd because the object.
Different.
Yeah, the object of it is to do exactly what you would do to somebody you couldn't stand in a bar or something.
But there's this mental disconnect between that. When it's the sport that you've been involved in your whole life, it's not about I'm trying to hurt my friend or this guy that I know, this guy that I like. Because most of the guys in the UFC do like each other. Everybody's cool. Right. There's a few dicks in the UFC too, but mostly everybody's cool, and everybody likes each other. And it's about competing. It's about training in all these different disciplines, becoming the best fighter you could possibly be, improving it. Against other guys that are at the top of the food chain.
I was just going to change the subject for a second and ask the obvious. What are you doing in New York?
I actually, it's crazy. I was just telling Jim this before we came in here. I'm sitting in my office yesterday. It's 3:00. I got to go let's go film The Ultimate Fighter at 4:00. And I call a marketing meeting. I go downstairs. I'm doing this marketing meeting, and one of my guys comes in and says, Lorenzo's on the phone. He's my partner. He says he needs to talk to you right now. So I go out, and Lorenzo's like, yeah, I need you in New York in the morning. I need you for this meeting that we got tomorrow morning, because Lorenzo's been here for like 4 days. And I'm like, oh, shit. All right. So I got to go film. So I leave. I go film The Ultimate Fighter. We had 3 fights yesterday on The Ultimate Fighter. Then I had to do all these interviews. The air conditioning. You can't use the air conditioning in this gym while we're filming because it screws up the sound. 110 degrees in The Ultimate Fighter. I was in there from 4:00 till 9.
Wow.
Yeah, dying yesterday. Had to jump on the plane, flew here, landed at 5 in the morning, and then I went to the gym this morning and then ate and then came here to you guys. But I'm here for one meeting. I have one meeting and then I'm flying back to Las Vegas.
I loved fucking the Dos Santos Brock season. I thought that was great.
Yeah, well, if you like that season, wait till you see this season. This season is so good. This season's so good that I'm turning the first episode into 2 hours.
Wow.
We've never done that. The first episode will be 2 hours of The Ultimate Fighter.
Who's the guy that won last year? I watched all the episodes. I don't remember his name, but I know he was not liked by any of the fighters because of some shit he said when he was drunk. Tony?
Tony. Yeah, he said something about one of the guy's sons.
Kids, yeah. He goes, where's your son? Because the guy was having like custody issues with his son.
Really?
But he was in a blackout. Like I don't think he remembered saying it.
Yeah. No, everybody hated him.
Is he still fighting?
Oh, I still get tweets from people saying, "Yeah, I'm never watching him fight" and stuff like that. Yeah, he's still fighting.
Who are the coaches for next year? Do you say yet or no?
Yeah, it's Michael Bisping and Mayhem Miller.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, it's good. This season's really good.
What weight?
Really good. They weigh 85, but we're doing 135 and 145.
Okay, so you guys are kind of pushing the
lighter guys.
Yeah, since WEC has been incorporated.
Well, it's the first time that these guys have ever been on The Ultimate Fighter.
Would you have Faber as a coach eventually?
Yeah.
He'd probably be good.
Oh, he would be great.
Cruz, too. Faber and Cruz would both be great.
Faber would be great.
Hey, how happy are they caught Whitey Bulger?
That was pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah. Oh, were you happy or you didn't care?
Wait, why is he connected?
I don't care.
He's from Boston.
Oh, just the Boston.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
want to ask him about the Bruins then.
How about the fact that he was in California? You know what I mean? I was thinking this guy was in Eastern Europe or something.
Yeah, right?
He's hanging down the fucking beach in California. The #1 most wanted guy on the FBI
chilling.
list. So crazy.
Yeah, go to France where they don't extradite. Don't fucking hang out in L.A. He was at Universal working as a tour guide. Could you be a little lower profile?
It's so crazy.
And in New York, MMA, once again, man, they're not doing it for a reason. It's like this whole there's not enough interest. They know that's a lie. They're just lying. And I don't understand what they're doing with MMA.
They're lying because it's basically has nothing to do with mixed martial arts. It's the culinary union. The culinary union of all things. Think about this. All right, I want you guys to think about this. It's the culinary union that's keeping us out of New York. Okay?
Bunch of cooks.
So, my partners, the Fertitta brothers, own the largest non-union gaming company in the United States. Right? So the union hates these guys. Hates them. So what they're doing is they're using their power here in New York to block mixed martial arts. Now, when we come into look what we just did in Toronto. We were just in Toronto, sold 55,000 tickets. Every hotel anywhere was sold out. Restaurants, the hotels, malls, everything. So the people that are part of this culinary union, they work. How about this? How about we wrote checks, $1.5 million to union workers. To people who work, the unions that worked on that event up there, $1.5 million to union workers. So the culinary union is spending their union members' dues, millions of dollars, to keep us out of New York when we'll come in here and make these guys tons of money.
They're doing it out of spite.
Man. Is that crazy?
It's like a lot of that union shit it's spite. It's fucking spite.
Yeah.
And who are the guys that they're? I guess these guys are afraid if they don't go that way they'll lose the union vote.
Absolutely. The politicians are worried about the union vote, and the union spends a bunch of money on their campaigns too.
Mm-hmm. So they're kind of that's why they're saying, well, it just wasn't enough interest to bring it up. How does that get changed though?
They said that he didn't say there wasn't enough interest. We made it all the way up to the floor, and the guy who runs it wouldn't do it.
And he said what? What was
he just said, yeah, we're not gonna bring it to the floor.
How the fuck can a guy do that? What's his name? Can he say his name? I mean, obviously, who is it? Who's the guy?
It's what's his name? Silver, right? Shelley Silver?
Sheldon Silver.
Sheldon Silver.
That motherfucker. Right. I'm saying that, not Dana. I'm saying it. Fuck him.
He's saying fuck Justin Timberlake.
It's pretty crazy, huh?
That really annoys me.
I really thought you had it this time, too. We were all ready to celebrate for you.
Yeah, it's crazy. We did. We made it all the way up there. And it's not like the votes were the votes on the way up, it's like, 15 to 14. It's like, we're blowing it out.
This city's fucked up.
Yeah, Sheldon Silver.
He's a strange
but he's the same fucking guy that I guarantee you will tax gouge everybody to get more money for the city and block something like this, which will bring money into the city. I despise him. I've never liked Sheldon Silver. Then again, if I found out he's a fan of my act, I'd change my tune immediately. I'll put a fucking phony right in. Well, thanks a lot, Mr. Silver.
He seems to really love me.
Doing the right thing.
We allow gay marriage in New York, but not MMA.
It's odd how selective. I mean, they should both be allowed.
Of course.
And by the way, it doesn't hurt MMA that much because I can go over to Newark and watch it. Jersey is getting the money, you dumb motherfuckers. It's right across the river. It's a 10-minute drive from here.
Yep.
So I go over to Jersey and I watch it.
Yeah.
I would rather watch it in New York.
It'd just be great for him. It'd be great for Dana.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to have a big expo here.
What do you got left? It's New York and
that's it.
It really is because you got Boston.
New York's it.
Wow, that's it.
Yep.
Can you go to, and who can lobby?
How is New York the last city?
It's embarrassing.
It's
embarrassing.
It really is embarrassing.
Sheldon Silver is embarrassing.
Well, here's the other thing too. It's not like we're just talking about coming into New York City. You know, these cities in New York that are hurting, Buffalo, Syracuse, Rochester. We'll bring fight nights to these places, and to these arenas.
We're just thinking Manhattan. You're right. It is all these other places.
Albany.
Yeah, we would take this thing all over New York. So the amount of money that they're losing out with taxes and jobs and union dues, et cetera, it's crazy.
So basically,
it's a no-brainer.
These idiots let you guys go into Toronto and do 55,000, which is an hour from Buffalo, or Rochester, or whatever it is. So,
you're right.
All that money, these people just drove across and gave it to Canada. Dopes.
Unbelievable, right?
It's really annoying, and meanwhile they want to just keep taking more of my money. It's bothering me.
Do you care about hockey? Were you happy for the Bruins? First time since '72.
Yeah, I'm I'm a Boston guy. I like the Celtics and the Patriots and everything. I'm not a big hockey fan, but yeah, it was good to see the Bruins win.
That's a good story.
Yeah, I don't follow it at all. I
love hockey.
I just like a good game, guys.
Hockey.
You know me. I like nobody gets hurt.
Well, I went to that. I went to that the Vancouver game where they beat them, the one right before the Bruins won back there. We've done 2 fights up in Vancouver. I love that city. How about the morons up there? I mean, is that crazy? What a bunch of jackasses.
They love their hockey, man.
You're going to rip your fucking city apart for a hockey game?
Yeah, they will.
I think it's just an excuse to act like assholes. I'm saying that it's the obvious, but they do it in L.A. They do it all over. When the team wins, they just act like douchebags and burn the city down.
It really
if they lose, they do it too.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's actually last time I went to the finals when the Celtics played the Lakers last year. Not this one that just passed, but the one before that when the Lakers won. And they won. And when we were leaving and we were, getting out of there, it was scary, man. They won. We were going to this restaurant, and I get out of the car and we're going to the restaurant. Some guy goes, Dana White, aren't you a Boston guy? Like, no, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never even been to Boston.
Yeah, wow.
Born in Vegas, man.
You won. Fucking calm down.
You don't have to break shit when you win. Like, when I get blown, I don't run around my apartment and just break windows and fucking flip my radio over. It's stupid. You just enjoy the moment. You know what I mean? You pretend it was a girl. You fucking... Thank you, madam. Hey, how's, before we wrap up, what time is it? Is it, Jesus. How's Brock doing?
He's doing good. Yeah.
Is he going to fight again?
Yeah, we're hoping by the beginning of the year.
Jesus. He's had a rough year.
I know, right?
By the way, we finally had him in here. What a fucking great guy.
Yeah, he is. He's
like
cool.
When you see him on TV and all, he's intimidating, and that persona. But when you sit down with the guy, he has a sense of humor.
He has his moments, though.
Shit.
He has his moments. Believe me, he has his moments. I
understand that.
He does.
But I was surprised.
But he's a good guy. I have a really good relationship with Brock.
We really liked him.
Yep. He was a lot of fun in here, is what it was.
When are you guys coming to a fight?
A good sense of humor.
Dude,
Philadelphia. We're in Philly.
That's probably the next one I get to go to.
So it's
I think that is
August,
the one my brother was talking about.
6th. I think it's August 6th is our next one.
I'll tell you right now. I'd love to go to that.
I will guarantee
August 6th.
there.
Yeah.
You haven't been anywhere where we could be.
Sure,
Davis versus Evans.
Nice.
We got Rich Franklin versus Little Nog, and Vitor Belfort versus Akiyama are just 3 of the fights on that card.
I'll go to that. I'm in town that week. Are you going to do an expo down there too?
No, we're not doing an expo.
Oh, okay.
No.
We went to the Philly show last time, man. Philly loves.
It was awesome.
Guys.
It's a great city. I had a blast at that show.
Which ones have I been to? I've been to Jersey. They love you there, and Philly. I think that's it for me.
You saw Anderson fight. I've never seen Silva fight. I would really like to go to one of his. I know he's fighting in Brazil.
Forrest Griffin.
You should do that one. You should go down to Brazil.
Believe me, I'd miss the fight. I'd be in a fucking. I'd be in one of those. There'd be a problem.
Jimmy, we want to keep Jimmy out of Brazil for a while.
Maybe get mugged in a favela. Some chick show me her tits. I've been to Brazil 3 times. It's like I've never go back. It scares me.
Really?
Yeah. The availability of certain things. It's like, you know what, man? I'll wait till he's back here to fight.
What was the greatest knockout you saw? Because we were talking about Forrest Griffin's knockout and how he ran out of the arena.
Yeah.
One of the great, and we love Forrest. We've had him on a lot, but that was a moment that I'll never forget.
The craziest knockout I've ever seen was a couple weeks ago on the Versus card. Pat Barry fought Czech Congo. Fight starts. Did you see this fight?
No.
Oh my God! You got to see this fight. You guys have to see this fight. The fight starts out. They start banging, and Czech Congo goes down 3 times. It looks like he's just about to get knocked out, and he clips Barry and knocks Barry out.
Oh, shit.
Viciously cold. I'm telling you, you got to see this fight.
He was done, and then he just came back and
lands that big shot. That's what happens with the heavyweights, man, when they start swinging.
Is that online?
I'll
find it.
Yeah, I'll if you don't, I'll send you guys that whole card. The whole card is awesome, but that main event, it is another vicious knockout. That one, and I think it was on the same card, was Sam Stout and Yves Edwards. Yves Edwards gets knocked out pretty viciously too.
And you got a knockout bonus now?
Yeah, yeah.
That is so smart.
Great.
Yes.
What is that about again?
We got a knockout, a submission, and fight of the night.
It's fucking great.
Yeah, Faber and Cruz won fight of the night. They won $75,000 each.
That's some incentives.
It is an incentive to not mail it in or to not bullshit around.
The guys must love you, man. In general,
love. Me, I don't know. You know,
you're probably downplayed, but
they have their moments with me.
I'm sure, but
they love me when I say yes. They hate me when I say no.
I mean, you got to be the boss, but it seems like you're a pretty cool boss to work for.
Thanks.
Our boss.
I try.
Fuck him.
Yeah, we'd love you to take over this place. How nice would that be?
Did I just?
No. You're just thinking of. Hey, what are the odds?
We're just doing radio.
Yeah, that's it.
Sorry.
Now that you guys have,
maybe that was a little harsh.
Now that you guys have Strikeforce, is Fedor going to come down to 205 and eventually fight at light heavyweight? Can he stop fighting guys at a 380?
No, Fedor's fighting Dan Henderson.
How much does he weigh though?
Dan Henderson's 185 pounder.
Right. So he's. Are they fighting Fedor's fighting at 220, or is he coming down?
Dan Henderson's
going
to move up. Yep. Henderson don't care, man. That guy will fight anybody at any weight class. He don't care.
Don't you think if he fights a guy like Henderson, who's more in the weight of what light heavyweights would be, he'll go, oh, this is probably a better route to go than fighting guys at a 260?
Listen, I've been saying for a long time that I'm not sold on the whole Fedor thing. Fedor was good back in 2004, 2005. I think what it means is if he gets viciously knocked out or stopped by Dan Henderson, now he just got beat by a guy who weighs 185 pounds.
Right. So he's done.
You know what I mean?
He really needs this.
Yeah, I think it's a big fight for him.
It is.
But he didn't seem to look...
And even though Henderson weighs 185 pounds, normally you'd say, well, this guy's in a lose-lose situation. He beats Henderson, who's 185. He should beat him if he doesn't, but that's not the case. People respect Henderson.
Yeah.
Henderson's a dangerous, tough guy who's fought guys from middleweight up, actually from 170 up to heavyweight. So him beating Dan Henderson would mean something.
Henderson has the scary, like he's a fighting white guy face. Like he has that's the white guy you don't want to fuck with.
No, it's true. He's a mean looking dude.
He looks mean.
The thing is with Henderson too is, he and I had a stint on The Ultimate Fighter, and me and him go at it a lot too. But when that guy grabs onto you, man, he's a bad dude.
Didn't he knock out Bisping? That's one of the greatest knockouts I've ever seen.
That's a good one too.
That one, and I think Belfort getting kicked in the face are my two favorites.
Yeah. Any kick in the face.
You guys, I want you guys to watch the Czech Congo knockout of Pat Barry, and then check out Yves Edwards and Sam Stout, and tell me what you think of those two.
Okay.
You might change your mind, but the knockout of Vitor was pretty impressive. Nobody'd ever seen that before.
Yeah,
it'd never been done.
And I was not impressed, by the way, with Overeem. I saw those fights. He looked a little sluggish.
Yeah, he did.
The heavyweights in Strikeforce, I'm not as impressed with as I thought I would be.
Right.
It's coming from a man who fucking does the elliptical twice a week. I really should be fucking mouth fucked.
Well, let's get Dana out of here.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up.
He said, "Fuck Justin."
Thank you very much for coming in too.
Pleasure. No, thank you guys.
Yeah,
Love the
we
show.
really appreciate it.
Thanks,
Dana.
man.
And are we promoting anything? Because I think we're closing up too, right?
Yeah, what are you promoting?
Certainly are.
Not promoting anything. No, I was here for a meeting.
Yeah, I know that.
Come to Philly. For the people who are in New York, since we got dogged out in New York again, come to Philly. We'll be in Philly August 6th. Great card.
I have a lot of fucking people down there, so that's my problem. I'm gonna need a lot of tickets.
Let's do it.
We'll nosebleed them though.
Let's do it.
Yeah, me and my brother-in-law, but the rest of them will nosebleed them.
And
he'll be happy up there.
We won't nosebleed you. Come on down. We'll have a good time.
And let Sheldon Silver know how irritated you are with this sickening fucking caving in to the culinary union.
They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck.
He will, though. If enough people contact him, he will care.
I hope so.
Can I have some more pepper on that? Fucking assholes.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Dana, thank you.
Later, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, this is the Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.